hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
Gotta talk about this, man. You foul, yo. Like, let's get right to it, Tish, man.
Let's.
Yo, you foul, Tish. Like, that's
How
all
am
I know.
Foul?
Let me ask you.
I'm innocent.
You gotta promise not to be mad at me. I was going. If Damon was here right now, I would tell him promise. I had a question for Damon too. Like, but he couldn't. Like, I don't want nobody to be mad at me for my question. Did you wash your hands, Tish?
Hands?
Yeah. Because I mean, when I saw you, it was on Instagram. You was crawling on the movie theater carpet. Like, so I'm trying to figure out
anything for the shot. Okay, you got to get the shot. It was go time. No, I didn't eat popcorn, but I did eat. No, wait, that was. I had already ate. I had already ate and finished my food.
To this movie, right? And just so for the listeners could be up on it, Teach went to the Beyonce movie premiere, right?
I did.
So my wife sent me an article saying that Beyonce broke the Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving record, which nobody knew was a record.
I was about to say, that's a thing?
Like who? That was a record? That was like one of those LeBron records, right? It beat out The Last Samurai, man. So congrats, Beyonce. You beat the day after Thanksgiving record. But like, you went to the concert show. You actually went to the show, right?
I did.
And then you went to the movie.
And then I went to the movie.
Of the show. You went to.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like,
what was the difference?
It was like, so it was like reliving that moment, because like you feel like you get those same feelings that you got when you were there. Okay. So that's first off. And then to see the behind the scenes, and cause that's really what the movie really is about, is just taking you behind the scenes so you can see how she actually puts on the production. And Beyonce, when it comes to like work ethic, like she's like unmatched. So seeing all the behind the scenes, it is unmatched. It is unmatched. It is
like unmatched compared to like Kobe Bryant, or like unmatched compared to who? Tom Brady? Unmatched compared to?
I would say over all of them. She might be unmatched over all of them. And maybe because I'm biased. Over Kobe. Kobe wasn't in there.
Okay, she worked harder than Kobe.
Like, I love Kobe.
Right, okay.
Shout out to Kobe. R.I.P.
But we got it.
But yeah.
Damn. And then another thing I'm seeing is this. Oh, so for the listener, in case you don't know, when Tish was in his movie theater, while people were trying to enjoy this movie that they watching, Tish was filming videos.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain. Okay, so me and my 3 girls went. We all had to dress up like one of her videos. So I was Crazy in Love. One of my other girls was,
you was crazy, all right.
One of my other homegirls will Hold Up. We had Ring the Alarm. And then, what was the other one? I forgot the other one, but it's the one where she had a ponytail and she be hopping around. But, so when the Crazy in Love part came on, my homegirl like stood up with her camera, flash on and everything, like, come on, Tisha, come. And I had to do it because it's like she don't hype me up at that point. I can't just sit there and not do anything. But I was courteous and I didn't want to block, the viewer looking at the screen. So I went to the stairs. Stairs, and then I just kind of did like a little, performance on the stairs. I'm gonna go on my my IG, and I'm gonna create a Beyonce Renaissance tour. A little highlight, and I'm gonna make sure I put in a highlight so people can see.
You invested a lot into Beyonce this year, too.
I did.
Yeah, I hope it was worth it. Right?
Well, the tickets were only $20.
The tickets to the movie. Well, there you go, and you just brought me to a great point in transition. So I've been seeing people selling tickets online. Like it's a damn, like it's a concert or a sports event. Like, why the hell are people selling these movie tickets? I can go on Fandango. I can go right to Fandango and get these tickets. Like, why are they acting like these ain't hard to get tickets?
Okay,
like,
they're not. Okay, so we actually had 4 extra tickets to sell, and here's why. So we originally got our tickets for the AMC down here in San Diego, and then this Sinopolis, after maybe a few days later, they came out with tickets. And we like Sinopolis better than San Diego, which we probably should have stayed with San Diego.
Better than AMC.
Yeah, it's better than AMC. Yeah. We probably should have stayed with AMC though, because it was just a different atmosphere in the Sinopolis up in Del Mar. Like, we made sure before it started.
Y'all went to Del Mar?
We went to Del Mar because that's where the Sinopolis is, where where they bring the food out.
The crowd. Yeah, them people not getting up like y'all.
They said they were, because we put out a disclaimer before, like, hey, like, we're the rowdy crew, okay? Like, are y'all gonna be like celebrating and cheering? Because the movie theater put out a disclosure saying that we not only accept, but we encourage people to, let loose. That's all they had to tell me. That's all they had to tell me.
That ain't mean that it really was going to have to happen, especially in Del Mar. You know what I'm saying? We had a scene when I was in high school. We had a senior cut day. Everybody's supposed to cut.
Yeah.
You know who cut? Me. I was the only one that ain't go to class. Everybody else was in school. It was a good school. It's good kids. Hey, it's senior cut day. I was the only one who cut. Like, I the only one just walking around aimlessly in the strip mall until stores opened up.
Looking for people like, where everybody at?
Yeah, like, yo, where everybody at? I thought we all was cutting. I come back to school the next day. Everybody's like, yo, where was you at? Like, yo, I cut. Like, I wasn't supposed to cut. You know what I'm saying? You going to the theater in Del Mar. Del Mar is super sophisticated.
It is.
You're supposed to hit that AMC, Tish.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
We probably should have just kept our original tickets and did that. But they were good sports, and did nobody call nobody on us, and they were cheering too. I
would have called so fast. Like, hey, these ignorant women are messing up my movie theater experience. I'm trying to understand how Beyonce works harder than Kobe Bryant right now. And these ladies are interfering with my experience. Right. Flashes on cameras, all craziness.
I know.
But hey, I know it was a big movie. I think Taylor Swift had her concert movie like last month or something like that. It actually beat out a Martin Scorsese movie in the theaters. That pissed me off too. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Much love to the ladies, man. They done it big. You know what I'm saying? Yep. The next time people hear me, period, I will be having a daughter. So much love to the ladies. The next time I'm heard, depending on, I got plans though. So we'll see. I'm about to talk about in a sec. Damon wanted to shout out commissioning ceremonies. And,
that was me.
And the new Mustangs. Oh, that was you?
That was me. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot
I thought it was a Damon topic.
Oh, because it's military?
Because it's like, it's like a after school special topic. I thought that was a Damon joint.
That was mine. I've seen a couple Facebook posts, IG posts, commission ceremonies. So, I just wanted to shout out, to any of our listeners that just got commissioned. Congrats. That was it.
Yeah. It's a couple I know. Some real ones I know that's up there now. And it's time. Like, I'm tired of this cycle of bad leadership and all this and everything people saying. Like, if we the ones now that got the helm, let's do what we supposed to do the right way with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of it just seeming like it's cyclic. And we might talk about it a little bit more, but I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, some of this is perception. Some of this is true. We got to get to the bottom of all that. But I'm just sick of the whole, we ain't never right in our wrong vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So we got some real ones in that position. We got this whole senior enlisted marketplace thing. It's people going up for CMC. Shout out, I'll put my package in, stuff like that. So we're going to see what happens. I do want to say that the weather, I don't know about San Diego. Tish, I saw you in your what was it? The Crazy in Love outfit?
Yes, the Crazy in Love
outfit. I saw you in
outfit.
the Crazy in Love outfit. That, like, we couldn't wear that in Norfolk. Like, it was 30 degrees outside in the morning. You know, it was cold as hell. The switch up is crazy, super cold. And it just hit us like that on like Monday. And I'm an electrician. So that everybody complaining on the ship right now, it's too cold. You know what I mean? Everybody AC still it's too cold. So they asking us about when we gonna get the preheaters aligned and stuff like that. So I think the plan was it was one more surge of heat, which is right now. Now it's hot again, Tish.
Right.
I woke up 4 a.m, hit the gym. After that line of questioning you gave me at the end of the last spot, I had to make sure I hit the gym. I hit the gym 4 a.m.
I'm here to keep you accountable.
62 degree, and I'm keep you accountable too. Teach you like about washing them hands after doing that Beyonce crawl. You supposed to wash them hands, man. But yeah, it was like 62 degrees this morning. So this weather switch up is going crazy. I got a quick random question for you though. Can you tell me a food, and it don't necessarily got to be a food that you ate on a ship. It could have been a food that you discovered like during some volunteer event or whatever, but a food that being in the military helped you appreciate, like you never had it before.
Cordon bleu on the ship.
Oh gosh, for real? I like it?
I had never had it. And maybe it was just that it was, you know, the setting that I was in. It's like, you don't have very many options. But I had never had cordon bleu before, and I had it on there, and I thought it was pretty good. It looked like a little Hot Pocket. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to look.
Yeah, it's like a chicken Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Right? Like a chicken Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket.
With cheese, liquid cheese and ham.
Yeah. I liked it though. Yeah. I liked it. Like every time it was a cordon bleu, they always got it. And I'd be wanting to collect, you know, cause it's like a little hockey puck. So I used to be wanting to like, you know, stuff it in my pocket.
Yeah. And somebody on TikTok, and I'm going to talk to y'all TikTok people in a second. Somebody on TikTok said, stop calling them hamsters. I don't know if I call them hamsters. If I do, it's probably because other people call them hamsters, but I think I call them cordon bleu. But that's what you talk about, right?
Yeah.
Those things, right? I've had one of them, and it was so disgusting. I never tried it. It was in A school. It was so disgusting that I just never tried it again. And people swear by it.
It's good. It's good. Like you got to try it before you retire. Just give it one more shot. It got to
be the right command. It got to be the right command.
That's
like every command CSs ain't equal. It got to be the right spot.
It looked like they just pop it in the oven though.
Yeah, because it's like some company. Now I've seen cordon bleu from like other restaurants, and it don't even look the same. It don't even look like the cordon.
I was like, this it? Like, nah, I don't want this one. I want the other one. I've seen it before in the restaurants, and I was like, nah, they don't look right.
Yeah. But look, even if it's popped in the oven, you seen it in the restaurants, and it's like the real thing, right?
Right. I was like, nah.
I don't know about the real thing. It's like cranberry sauce. It's like, I don't want the real thing. Like,
right. Give me that
for Thanksgiving.
Right. Give me that little Jello thing.
I need the shit that look like the can with the can lining. You know what I mean? For Thanksgiving, I had asked somebody, I'm like, yo, what you making? And they start rattling, like they like cranberry sauce. I'm like, what type? They like, oh, the real type. I'm like, well, I ain't coming. I ain't coming to your spot. They like, nah, I just was playing.
No, that is
I'm
true.
making a can. Yeah, that's like, I'm making a can. I'm like, okay. I come for the can.
Yeah.
The Ocean Spray, whatever it is, I'm coming for that. I ain't coming for no real cranberry sauce. Right. I'm sorry to whoever, if that's your vibe, I'm sorry. I apologize to you, but I'm not eating the real cranberry sauce. Just, even if you make it, just get a little can, off to the side. I can handle the little can.
Just bring your can with you.
Yeah, mine is the biscuits and gravy. Mine is biscuits and gravy. I'm from up north. Biscuits and gravy not really something you eat that much up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've had scrapple, or whatever. My grandma used to make that. But biscuits and gravy something that we don't eat that much. So that's mine. And I had it as a Chief Select. That was the first time I had biscuits and gravy.
Oh,
we
really?
made it for the Chiefs back when they used to make us serve them food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chiefs used to make us serve them food. So biscuits and gravy was the thing that I've grown to appreciate. I just had some today. It was pretty good.
You know what
You know what
I
I'm saying?
can't necessarily do anymore? It's not necessarily a food, but potlucks.
You said you can't do them?
I can't really do potlucks anymore. I used to like love potlucks, man. Especially like just coming in fresh up until I was the first class. I still like potlucks. And then I was a chief, came out. I was here in San Diego. I had on made chief, went to a different command. And we had a potluck. And I don't know, I had something and it just kind of turned me off. It was like I could taste.
The food was so bad.
It was like one dish. It was like one dish.
That was so bad. It was so bad that it made you not want to do potlucks no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah. You remember who made it?
No, I don't remember who made it, but I just remember it tasted like cats on the counter. Like I could just like as soon as I tasted it, no, not that one. That one wasn't the one. That one just tasted like a kitchen sink.
Ooh.
Like it just tastes like the kitchen sink. I don't know any other way to explain. It just tastes like a kitchen sink. And then I stopped. And then when I was at my last command, we used to do these things called coffee calls. So once a quarter, a department will make breakfast for the entire command. And so I was like, well, let me try one more time to see if maybe, it was just like a one-off thing. And so I'm going through the line. I'm already nervous. And this lady was talking about, oh yeah, this is my famous whatever. And I'm just like, all right. And, she wants everybody to try it because, she's so proud of it. And she puts it in my plate. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to my office and eat it because I didn't know what my reaction was going to be to all the food. And I didn't want to disrespect nobody. So I went to my office to eat it. And when I ate that, it tasted like cats on the counter. And so at that point, I was like, okay, I'm done. So whenever I would go to them, I would like eat the pastries or the fruit and just drink coffee and orange juice. And that's it. But I can't do it.
I'm just shocked that you know how cats on the counter taste.
It's just, like, we gotta get into that. I don't know how cats on the counter taste, but I feel like if I had a cat, if there was a cat on the counter, and it got in the food, that's what it would taste like.
Yeah. Oh man, here go can't get right.
Can y'all hear me, man?
We hear you. We hear you.
Guys hear me, man. I'm in the building right now, man. I'm in the building, man. Hey, what's up, world? I know you guys miss me, man. I know you miss me. But hey, check this out, man. Hey, I'm gonna start this off, man, by coming in and saying that, hey, it's kind of you guys' fault that I'm missing shit. This morning when I came in, and hold up, wait, let me finish this, Tish. And Tish, why you blocking me right there? It's more your fault than Damo's. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason B is because you the one brung up, hey, why don't Damon have this little travel pack deal that he go on trips with and shit? You know what I mean? I think, I think you brought that up to Damo, right? And then on top of that, the last 2 times I went on travel, I took my travel pack. Guess how many times we potted when I was on travel? Oh, 0.
None.
Yeah. So I'm not taking no more travel packs with me no more. 'Cause I be losing shit all the time. You know what I mean? No, but I blame you a little bit, Tish.
You gotta have the separate travel pack. That means you gotta have double of everything. Come on, Big Money. Come on, Master Chief.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
oh, Master Chief.
How you lose stuff that you ain't used? That's what I'm trying to get.
Let me tell you why, Damo. Hey, man, you're right. I didn't use it, man, but I broke it all out. I had it all set up, and somewhere something got misplaced. I don't know, man. Shit, I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old, man. What's been going on, though? Where you guys at? What we doing?
So we was talking, right? But I was saying that biscuits and gravy was the food that being in the Navy like helped me appreciate, because I never had biscuits and gravy before I joined the Navy. And then T started talking about potlucks, and I agree that normally the people at the potluck that talk the most about their food, they food don't be good. Like they food be the worst, right?
Do.
Now, Damon, I got a question for you. What is it a food that being in the military helped you appreciate? Like you never had it before you joined?
Yeah, man. Hold on. I gotta think of the name of it though, man. It's the and look, everybody gonna throw shade on this, man, but them things be good as hell, man. The chicken with
the same thing you said. He said the same thing T said.
The cordon
the chicken with the cordon bleu, bro. I never had no cordon bleu, bro. Hey, man, I'm here to tell you, man, them cordon bleu saved my life a couple times, man.
I'm telling you.
Crazy, man.
I'm telling you.
Keep them too, bro. They just serving for lunch. I get a couple of them and keep them for dinner and shit, man.
Oh my God.
See? Because they look like a little hockey puck and throw it in your pocket.
I ain't throwing it in my pocket, though, Tish. I ain't throwing it.
Yeah, you wrap it up first and then you just, throw it in your pocket. I'm smuggling food on the ship.
Hey, so it's crazy because I really don't want it. Well, let me ask you this question. Let me ask y'all this question since we are talking about food. How old is too old for Big Mama to be in the kitchen? So basically, right, what age is the age where we just happy with Big Mama coming down for a couple hours sitting at the table? We all just happy to see Big Mama. Again, aunties then took her recipe. How old is too old?
Hey, Damo, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You can't keep Big Mama out the kitchen. That's the real key to it, man. Like she's going to come in there and make a dish, right? As long as she can walk, even if she's in a wheelchair, she probably wants you to roll her in there to the kitchen. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. You do not want to let her not do that. Cause I think she'll feel like I'm done now. You know what I mean? She's been doing it for so long. You know what I mean? For the family, making these dishes. And when you try to take that away from her, bro, she probably got a year or two left, man.
Right.
She probably gonna be on her way out, man, because that's something she always did. And I know your question is what is too old? Or too old have to be like, she can't do it, physically can't do it no more.
Do you have to be bedridden? And even then, from the bed, she's even like, make sure you do this and put a little of this and that. And people still calling Big Mama to be like, hey, Big Mama, I'm cooking this, what I need to put in there. And now, baby, don't use this, use that.
And even on that, Damo, that to be honest, even if you don't need her help, calling her or to ask is just as big, man, regardless of the situation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just go call up and ask, hey, what about this? What about that? And man, it goes a long ways, man.
It does.
If you don't make that recipe the way Big Mama make it, she gonna be upset.
Yeah.
My
upset. And we'll trash you hardcore.
Oh no, yeah. My wife's mom.
Who made this?
My wife's mom at the crib, and she made me oxtail like 2 days straight. She said she started using her mom recipe. Cause if her mom want oxtail, she want oxtail the way she want oxtail. Now, mind you, my wife's mom could cook, but her mom want oxtail the way she want oxtail. So y'all are kind of right. You're gonna have to pry Big Mama fingers off the pans and the butter. Big Mama go grab that butter. Butter and lard going in a bunch of different situations in that kitchen.
Right.
Hey, man. Look, double one more little story, man. Like my family back at home, man, it's like, and they are older. They probably, high blood pressure and all type of stuff. It doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. Like, and then they saying back in when I was growing up, you gotta die from something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. Everything clogged up.
They make an exception too. They make exception for the holidays.
Right.
Mugs make exceptions, man.
Like, I'm just gonna drink a little vinegar.
Speaking of Big Mama, it was Biden's 81st birthday this week, just passed. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say speaking of Big Mama?
Shout out to President Joe Biden. Well, older in age.
Speaking of Big Mama.
Yeah, older in age. That ain't really what I meant. Secret Service. But older in age. It was our president's, 81st birthday. He's still doing it.
Let's talk about how when is it too old to be a president?
Tish, you could talk about that shit, Tish. Me and Damon
I ain't talking about that.
And so that's where we good at with the pod. Me and Damon enlisted. That's our commander in chief. Much respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got it, Tish.
Listen, it is time to we need to have a cutoff. Okay? We need to have a cutoff for how old you can be and still be president. Like, they up there looking decrepit, fragile, and in the Senate and all of those political seats. They need to have an age cut off, especially now, because we got some old crazy people up in there. But like, there's no, like, they having like medical emergencies. They like going off, like having pre-stages of dementia look like while they in the middle of a press conference. Like, how is this How is these people still able to make decisions? That's why we broke. That's why America's broke right now. Because we got old people who can't remember what's going on, telling us what laws and managing our budget. That is why. Hey, too old. I say 70 is the cutoff.
Teach, if you ain't pulling Big Bob out that kitchen, you ain't pulling Joe. You ain't pulling Joe out that office, man. You know what I mean?
Listen,
out that Oval Office.
70 needs to be, and there is, just like with Bit Mama, at a certain point, she's kind of giving guidance from the background, you know? Uh-huh. And I think we need to put different people in the seats, different people in the kitchen, you know, and let Big Daddy them call, you know, kind of give guidance from the background. It's time for them to sit down somewhere. Go sit in the living room, sit down, and let everybody else cook in the kitchen. Your recipes aren't needed anymore.
Well, shout out to President Joseph Biden, man.
Shout out.
Love you, man.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah,
shout out to you, both.
That was all Tish.
But keep my checks coming. Keep my checks coming.
Hiya, boss. Shout out to you, boss. We love you, boss.
Right. Well, I'm talking about Congress. Keep my check coming, please. Thank you.
Hey, David. So, David, I got an innocent question for you. You're going to take it as a shot, right? I already know.
Oh, no.
You're going to take it as a shot. And I don't want it to be a shot. It's an innocent question.
All right.
When did you stop reading books in the book club?
I don't know why this is, first off, before I answer this question, hey, Aaron, man, we still good, bro. What you know? I said, well, guy, Aaron, man, that's my guy, man. But I did like a book and a half, bro.
A book and a half. Okay, see that.
Aaron, what's up, man? Hey, don't. Hey, we still good, bro.
We did a book and a half. I'm probably going to kind of stop the book club as it is right now anyway, just because I'm not getting the energy that, you know, I want from it. And I'm going to keep reading books, but with the book club, even some of the books we read, like I had already read them. So I like for all the people, because I know some of the people in the book club listen to the pod. So I want to shout all y'all out. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for taking the time and trying to do it. I don't think everybody made it through all 6 books. I just finished the last book. I'm going to review it on a pod. It's indefinite, Tish. So what I think is going to happen is the next time I reintroduce it, I'm going to just add the ladies to it from the jump. It's a bunch of dudes. Dudes don't talk as much as I thought they would. And it just didn't grow the legs that I wanted it to grow from like the other people, you know? So it was like pretty much me and Aaron posting, talking about it and stuff like that. So I'm going to fall back from it because I think it's taking more energy from me than it's giving me. But all the brothers that was a part of it, though, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of it. And stand by. We're going to do it again, but we're going to get some ladies with us to kind of get the energy up on it.
Yeah, man. It was a shot, though. But yeah, man. I mean, it was Aaron, what's up, man? That's all I want to say. I'm out, man.
Yeah,
I want to. Yeah,
what
man.
What y'all been up to, though?
Oh.
Yeah, man, I've been good. I know what you've been up to, Tish.
What? Well, other than my Beyonce concert that I held in the movie theater. But remember last pod, I had to step away because I came back and said I had a leak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this leak turned into actually a sewage backflow. And it damaged all 3 of the units. So I've been dealing with that for and it was right at the, right before Thanksgiving holiday. So ain't nobody working. Ain't nobody really doing nothing. I was able to get it to where they could still use the water and everything. But as far as repairs and all that stuff, nothing happened until after. So I just got started with that this week, but it's been a headache. It's been a headache. They had to dig into the ground to fix it.
Like Felicia came through and messed your pipes up.
Right. Right.
Hey, bro.
Can I use
First time listeners won't know what the hell we talking about.
Right. That's right. That's a classic. But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Hey, man, that stuff I saw, Tish, that you was posting, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It just looks like a freaking nightmare, man. I wouldn't even know how to roll, man. I'm talking about that looked like it cost so much freaking money. I'm not even bullshit.
Yeah, and I meant to say Veronica, Tish. I meant to say Veronica.
Oh, Veronica. You said, I thought you were talking about Friday. Because Friday she wanted to use the bathroom. Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, it was a headache. And I had a guest in the Airbnb unit too. So I had to get them out of there. They found somewhere else. I had to cancel reservations that I had coming up. I still have some coming up and I'm hoping that I can make it, but I think I'm going to have to cancel it because they're going to have to replace all the flooring and for that one unit. But the other units, they even got affected. So one of them isn't even attached and it got affected. So.
Yeah, probably everything around there.
Yeah,
man. I've been good too, man. I had an interesting story though happen to me on the ship I was on, man. Like one of the inspectors came to me after we walked off the ship together, and he came by and said, "Man," he said, he called me over there, and he had like 3 or 4 guys around him, man. And he was like, "Man, this little freaking bosun mate, man, was like, we got a celebrity on board, right?" And he was like, who we got on? He said, he asked the kids, who we got on here? We got, like Brad Pitt or somebody on board? He said, no. This is exactly his story. He's telling me, I'm quoting his story. He's telling me right now. He said, who we got, like Brad Pitt or somebody on board? He said, no, man, it's the guy from TikTok. You know, one of the senior chiefs from TikTok. He said, he's on board today. And I was like, oh man, they was hating. He said, get the fuck out of here, man. But it's just crazy, man, on how this goes back to the legs, man, that we're getting though, man. Almost every command, like every ship I go on now, man, it seems like somebody know of us, man. So that's just the legs and stuff that we was talking about. So we growing more definitely, man. Yeah, the other thing I did, man. Oh, go ahead, Damo.
I was going to say, that's TikTok stuff. I got smoke for them. I got some smoke for y'all TikTok people in a second. We're going to talk about it in a second.
We're going to get into it, yeah. The other thing, man, I look, check with your physician for you guys trying this stuff, man. But I did this 72-hour fasting, man. Nothing but water. So I did this, man, and I read up on it and all the benefits. It's kind of like reset yourself or whatever, man. And boy, I tell you, man, the first day it was a struggle, but man, I'm glad I did it, man. I might do it once a month now.
I did it before. Yeah, it was like an E5. Stuff, did you eat after?
Yeah. A little bit, like a little juice here and stuff like that. I didn't go crazy though afterwards.
I went crazy after Tish. I was like an E5. I went crazy. And I was cool with the cooks. Tish, I was cool with the cooks. Crazy. Like, I went crazy. Yo, let me get the omelet. Let me get the pan. I was cool with the cooks. Like, I always stayed cool with some CSs. So I went crazy. I did it though. I did do it. I was an E5. Hey, so I stood in for my CMC on a carrier. Right. So that was a hell of an experience. I think I'm going to do a completely separate pod, about it. People, listeners, please have some patience for me when I do it. Cause I almost think I want to challenge myself to doing that episode, just me by myself, like a bonus episode, just me by myself, just talk about that experience. Cause it was only me who had it. And I'm going to be straight, like 4 days acting as a CMC on a carrier. I did more than I did in like 3 months standing in for CMC at like a regular command, like at the regional command for like everything.
I'm not surprised.
Murder.
It's a lot of people.
Like some sexual assault cases, FAP cases, murder, like all types of stuff just happened. You know, and it wasn't new murders, old, it's like old murder, but like a situation happened out of that. I'm not going to get into any of the specifics, even when I do the episode, but I did learn a lot. It's some lessons learned and stuff like that. What I will say on this episode, just in case you don't listen to the episode I do by myself, is if you're interested in doing that, get very, very, very familiar with the FAP program. Every time I stood in for a CMC, some family advocacy situation happened, and you got to know what you're doing and what you're talking about. You have to know that. So that was one. Then one of the RAs got attacked by one of the residents in the barracks I live in, like one of the RAs.
What?
You know, Tish, that ain't funny, Tish. Like, I don't know why you laughing. Like, that's serious.
Why did they get attacked?
The resident, I don't want to get too specific to the story, but the resident, I don't know why y'all laughing. Like,
I'm laughing because you laughing at Tish. That's why I'm laughing.
Was it like a severe? Was it just like a fight or?
First of all, the RA was a woman.
Oh,
and the resident was a male.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
the first part of it.
I thought it was just like two males talking shit.
The second part is the damn resident is pulling in into a one-way the wrong way, driving in, and she went to correct him and he kind of went crazy. And then the RA that it is, I'm actually cool with her, man. Mm-hmm. Like, just like when I was talking about the second class, I got choked out by the senior chief on the one clip. I'm cool with the dude. Like, that's my man. Like, the boy that got choked out. So I think, like, we talk about real stuff on this pod. Mm-hmm. But, RA got attacked by residents. Crazy, man.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Over parking, over road war?
Dude had been doing that for a little bit from what I know. I can't get too deep into it because I don't know it all. Plus, there's still probably things going to happen out of it. But just for the simple fact that it's RAs out here, it's residents out here attacking RAs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy to me.
And for a male to attack a female like that's crazy.
That's a woman.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to even think about too, though, man, when you think about it. Because mostly RAs is like senior people and all that stuff. So it's pretty crazy, man. So, yeah.
Now they
get y'all some mace out there, man.
Yeah.
They find it. And look, let me tell for the listeners to know this now. For the listeners to know this, they find in marijuana smells throughout the building, and the MAs don't never want to bring the dogs on. Mm. They never want to bring the dogs on to actually find out what's going on. They never want to do it. So it's like, some of the job of the RA is kind of like, what we doing it for?
Right.
What do you do it for if you can't, if it's a limit to really how much you could do? Because these dudes now, they putting out the ashes in our little hallways, in the common areas. So you can see the ashes. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Dang. And I'm gonna talk, I got, like I said, for TikTok and stuff like that, I got a little bit of smoke for some of them people for stuff like that. Cause that shit ain't cool in no area you in. We know we can't be smoking like that. Mm-hmm. Smelling like weed in the barracks and stuff like that.
Period.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to the listener who bought a gift for the baby. So one of our listeners, I know his name. I'm gonna hold it because I know people respect their privacy. So, and I didn't tell him I was going to say his name, but I appreciate you, man. Bought a few gifts for the baby. For the baby shower, stuff like that. So I appreciate you. That's fire. Like, I never really, Damon on these ships, people know him, call him celebrity. And I'm getting gifts from people showing love, for the baby, and they know the story. They heard it throughout the pod and stuff like that. So, hey, bro, look, I appreciate you. I already thanked you, but I want to thank you on the pod. I'm not going to say your name. I'm respecting your privacy, but I definitely want to thank you on the pod. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
maybe I need to give everybody, my birthday too, man. Maybe I can get some gifts too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of birthdays, mine's coming up.
Oh, really? When?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Mine is my birthday on Thursday.
Oh.
December 7th.
Oh, nice.
Day of the living infamy.
Yeah. Yep. Well, December happy 7th. Birthday early.
Yep, December 7th, then the baby gonna be born on the 11th. So like me and my wife, we had a little tag. We had our little tag name. It was 2 a.m. forever because both of our names start with A. I already told my wife it's a new tagline. It's a 7-Eleven, man. For me and the baby, 7-Eleven.
I like it.
Angeline out the loop now. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Yeah. So she out the loop.
So your birthday's on the 7th. The baby's birthday is going to be on the 11th.
Yeah, my dad's birthday on the 5th, and both our parents' birthdays are in December as well. So she got to come out of pocket.
Be rough.
Pocket's gonna be hurt.
Yeah, Angeline got to keep a good job, baby. Keep a good job.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was talking about Threads last week. I ain't gonna talk too much about it. And this is what I think. I think Threads is gonna work, but I just don't like the forced tactics. Like it'll work. Like people are gonna start using it, especially now because everybody pulling away from Twitter. I just don't like all the forced tactics. Like y'all don't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's all I have for that. I ain't gonna keep going further. And look, man, I got a lot of topics in here. Navy Fresh.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yo, shout out to Navy Fresh. I love y'all. I love Navy Fresh. They always reposting us. They always showing us love. I love Navy Fresh. Let me say that from the jump. I love y'all. the first time getting posted on Navy Fresh, it was fire because like some young sellers was like, yo, you got to get on Navy Fresh. You're familiar with Navy Fresh. So shout out to Navy Fresh. I love y'all. But yo, Navy Fresh, why y'all always post our like controversial clips? Like, why y'all Navy Fresh be trying to set us up, man. Y'all don't like, we put out like 12 clips that was like fully motivational about like how the Navy could be better in relationships between senior and junior sellers. Navy Fresh ain't post none of that. They waited till we got some ratchet stuff going on about people stealing from the mini marts, and Navy Fresh went right to post that, and they just posted something about the president. Navy Fresh, I see what y'all doing. Y'all try to get us in trouble, man. We love y'all. We actually really love y'all. Thank y'all for showing us a lot of love, man. I love that whole network. I had a fruitful conversation with a seller about mental health. Mm-hmm. You know, that's not much of a topic. It's just that I ran into a seller that I talk to often. Actually, I'm trying to, at some point, I'm going to get him on a pod. But I talk to him often. And I asked him like, hey, what you was doing? He like, oh, man, I was just coming back from mental health, you know? And just for him to like feel free enough to say that to me was like, to me, fire. You know, and then we started talking. I'm like, yo, me and my wife, we was going to counseling after we lost our baby. She felt like that was something she needed. And, you know, we had some sessions and stuff like that. And then we had like a 20-minute conversation just about mental health and life and stuff like that. I just thought that was fire. And I think that's something that if you cool enough, like, I think that's something that it could be a cool conversation. Like, and then when people talk about normalizing stuff and stuff like that, like, some of these conversations could be cool without them being forced and corny, you know, and stuff like that. And I feel like me and him had it the right way. And I've gotten advice from him because he already had kids. He got advice from me because I got experience in the military. So it's a swap, you know. And I think when we get more and more into knowing that, like we swap in our experiences, whether the seller is more senior than us and more junior than us, the Navy, it'd be a better place, right? You know, than whatever we think it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times, Damo, that comes from just being open, man. You know what I mean? Everybody like to be on some type of pedestal all the time, say I'm here and can't have that open communication like that. I think as long as you can have that and you okay with having that and you just understand the conversation that can be had, you know what I mean? That you can get out of people and people can get out of you just by going back and forth and having a legit, real last conversation, man. So that's good stuff.
Yeah. 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 I got a quick random. I had a conversation with my sellers about hand walking folders. I don't know if y'all have seen this or experienced this in recent times, but it's like when I first got to my ship, you know, and I try to limit, you know, what I say specifically about my ship and my command and my division. But when I first got to my ship, all my sellers were hand walking folders, you know, and some people might not like see that no kind of way, but me and my Devo, be like, yo, why everybody hand walking folders? Mm-hmm. So one of the sellers I had stopped. I'm like, yo, why does it seem like so many people hand walking folders? Like, why y'all not just putting it in a bin, letting, you know, me get to it? Boom. And I'm like, are y'all like, do y'all think that it's not going to get done in like a fast enough time? And they like, yeah, we think it ain't going to get done in a fast enough time. I'm like, man, drop that folder in my inbox, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Drop that folder in my inbox. It's going to be out of my inbox. I don't hold folders longer than a day. Mm. You know, I don't. That's just a part. Damon know that too from the log room. I used to like, I don't hold because I remember when I was a junior seller and people used to do that to me. Mm-hmm. So I don't do that to people. So I had to like kind of ingrain it in my sellers that like, yo, just drop it off. It's going to get pushed through type stuff. Now, I don't know if they was dealing with that before or not, but you know, they might have like some just preconceived like thoughts about certain things. And I'm like, no, drop that shit in my damn inbox. I ain't about to be just signing folders, just your hand in my face type, you know, thing like that. So that was something that I did notice, but we fixed it, and they shit getting routed as fast as it would be routed any other time. And if I need the hand, and I told them, I'm like, y'all got too much work to do to be hand walking folders. Right. If I need to hand walk something, I'll hand walk it. If an LPO need to hand walk something, the LPO will hand walk it. But y'all ain't about to be hand walking folders unless it's an IAT relief form. If it's an IT relief form, y'all got it. Y'all got it. It's too much. The IT relief forms are too much to hand walk. You know what I'm saying? And the sellers, they know they section leaders. They know all that stuff like that. So that was something that we rectified real fast on my shit.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, that's a big deal though, man. And it happens all the time. Sailors, to me, I feel like if it's happening like that, man, most of the time it's a trust issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't trust you to get it up there fast enough. So to me, I think that's opportunity to build. You know what I mean? You can build that trust, especially you coming on ship first, right now. So that's opportunity right there, man. Let the sailors know that you got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so we put a clip out last week, right? And I'm going to try my best to limit these types of talks, right? I know I don't know if y'all see everything that always happen on TikTok and stuff like that, but we put a clip out last week. Hey, and shout out to anybody on TikTok that got smoke for us. Come on the pod, yo. Come on the pod with the smoke. Come on the pod with it.
Hey, just to add to that, everybody is invited. Hit us up. Don't think because you are E1 or E whatever, because a lot of them young guys listen to us, but they won't come on the pod. Come on the pod. We will bring you on. We have no problems.
Yeah.
None. Zero with it. Let's go.
Yeah, especially if it's about some chief stuff. Like, let's hear it. Like, we want to hear it. We want to we want to have these conversations. But so, we posted a clip I actually didn't post one of our clips this week. It was about DRB. I made it, but I ain't posted because honestly, I ain't want to smoke. You know what I mean? But we posted a clip about, people stealing, right? I think we posted a clip about the mini marts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, we got a little bit of smoke from it. So look, listen, to all the thieves and the thieves enthusiasts, yo. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out y'all. Y'all committing illegal acts, man. Y'all committing illegal acts and y'all saying that, we should feel like junior sellers should get more money and like they stealing because of that. Let me say this. We had a million different pods. We done talked about money and all of this stuff. Well, to be exact, we had 93 other pods. We talk about money. We talk about sellers. We talk about that we need bigger paychecks and stuff like that all the time. None of that take away from the fact that having those machines inside of barracks is a stupid ass idea, right? That was funny. It was funny because somebody was like, y'all laugh and make it worse. I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that I found funny in that clip. Putting machines in barracks for people to just walk away with shit is funny to me. Reaching out to the mess, asking for the mess to take action while the mess got a whole bunch of other shit going on. It's funny to me when all we need to do is take these machines out. Not thinking that we need to hire somebody inside of these mini marts. It's funny to me.
Right.
That whole situation is funny.
Hilarious.
To me. Some people swapping out items because they stealing and you rigging up a TV as bread. That's funny to me. When they will out a TV into the Chiefs mess and they catch you at DRB stealing, that's funny to me. Mm-hmm. I'm still a person. I'm not just because I'm a chief. That don't mean I never went through DRB before.
Right.
I went through DRB when I went, some people it's different, right? And I could be saying some off the wall shit, but some people, they might look at life a little different than me. Me and Tish was on here. We were joking about we were laughing about our own family members' funerals, right? Mm-hmm. I find humor in everything in life. Yes, DRB is serious. Yes, it's a real thing. Some of the stories from DRB are funny. Just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you a thief or a thief enthusiast, I am sorry that we offended you last episode. I apologize to all the thieves out there and the thief enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? Enthusiasts. I apologize to you, man. Keep stealing. Do your thing. Do your thing. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not here for it. I'm not here to celebrate thieves though. You know what I mean? If you got offended, but from a clip on the pod, and I'm about to get into that too in a second. But if you got offended by a clip on the pod, man, I don't know what to say.
Right. Keep doing your thing. They'll see you at DRB.
Yeah, keep doing your thing. You go be on the camera soon. You go be somewhere. They go find you. Right? I'm gonna give another shout out. I'm gonna shout out everybody that could watch a minute-long clip and be able to tell people that they was wrong with the Navy. Right? if you are so good at spotting what's wrong with the Navy that you could go on TikTok and watch a 30-second, and this ain't just us. I've been watching a lot of content creators on TikTok addressing the people that's saying that they was wrong with the Navy. Mm-hmm. If you could go on TikTok and you could watch a 30-second to a minute long clip and you can identify that this singular person's clip is what's wrong with our Navy, you need to be hired into some higher spots. They need you somewhere to make this shit better. Like, where are you at, man? Get off TikTok. Mm-hmm. Go reach out to somebody. Go talk to somebody. Go talk to Admiral Cheeseman. Go talk to the people that's in the places that right now have admins that get shit done. We need you there. We need you off TikTok if you know what's wrong with the Navy from a minute long clip, especially PTSF. 93 episodes, at least 2 hours long. Each episode at least 2 hours long is 93 of them. If you could pull a minute of a 2-hour episode out of 93 episodes and you know that where was wrong with the Navy, you need a promotion, at the highest level possible. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to talk to y'all for 1 second because that's what y'all doing. And some of y'all never watched the episode. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all don't even know. Some of y'all don't even know that right after the clip part, the part that's like meant to like be pulled out and kind of get some attention based off of a full long conversation, it's probably a 10-minute long conversation. Right. With a minute long clip. So some of the shit that you talking about and some of the things that you think we said it. Like we said it on the episode. But some of y'all don't watch the episode to know none of that. Mm-hmm. And I don't hate people that don't watch the episode. Go ahead. Like just like us on TikTok. We got a nice, we got the TikTok following is growing and people like the TikTok stuff. But I want to shout out the people like, for instance, like Needs of the Navy who saw a clip of ours. Shout out to her for a lot of reasons, but she saw a clip of ours and she was like, yo, I wasn't really feeling this. Where's the full episode so I could hear all of the context? Mm. And then she listened to all the context and she, but she's a content creator, so she understands. Yeah. But some of y'all going crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Y'all go crazy. And if you hear from TikTok to listen to a full episode, I want to tell you we love you. Shout out to you.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And I would have add one thing you said earlier about, man, when all you guys out there bring up junior sailors, right? Junior sailor A, we are enlisted. And Tish was enlisted before she retired. We was junior sailors. Yes. We know we know the how things work. We're not talking from like the top of our head. We ain't talking like we came in the Navy as senior chiefs and chief. We're not talking like that. We came through. So when you guys say, this is this and that about junior sailors, we've been there too. We know what's going on.
We was broke too.
Yeah, we was broke too.
We went to
DRB. I had a $32 check before. That's another story. You know what I mean? But hey, it's real talk though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So don't come at us like that. Like we ain't never been there, done that, and wrote the book on it. Yeah. Right? So
yeah, go ahead. Now I was just gonna say we gotta stop doing that to people. We gotta stop because now when we get into these cell phones. Look, young sailors, I got some smoke for y'all when we talk about these cell phones in a second. Before we get off this, I want to talk about the internet because this is the sad part about the internet, right? T.I., right? I was watching a video of T.I., right? Y'all know recently, him and his son got into a little something. You tracking Damon? Him and his son?
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Yeah, so he had to, T.I. had to put him in a little vice and straighten him out a little bit. But, I was watching a video with T.I. He was somewhere out in public, but he was on like his live or something. And he was explaining himself and his parenting to his fans. Right. And automatically I'm like, yo, like, why this man gotta get on here and explain his parenting to a bunch of complete strangers? Mm-hmm. Right? Because they are demanding and they got questions. He asking them to stop asking them questions about if he has certain conversations with his son and stuff, right? So first of all, I think I'm like, yo, this is so unnecessary and sad that he even got to do this, right? This a personal matter. This him and his son. And then while he doing this now, right? A fan walks up to him and asks him for a selfie. You know what I mean? And he can't say no I'm dealing with something highly emotional right now. I'm dealing with this. Cause that person, that fan don't care. Mm-hmm. They don't know or care what he got going on in his life right then and there. They want a selfie. So, and if they have a bad experience from T.I., that's all it takes.
Right.
You know, for them to go off on a rampage, whatever. So now he like, nah, let me take a picture with you because this is more important. So he go take a picture with the person, then get back to explaining to total strangers his relationship with his son. I was sad when I saw that for celebrityism and just sad for like where we are right now in the internet world,
right?
Where like these things have to get addressed by people. There's some real life shit that T.I. going through right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I think the internet can be a dangerous place. Like the amount of information that's put out there, stuff that goes viral that, you know, can harm other people. I was watching this, I saw this video that someone sent me, and this girl got arrested for masturbating on the beach. And I remember watching it and like laughing about it or whatever, like, oh man, like that gotta be tough or whatever, to have to explain to somebody. And then, maybe like a few days later, I got it came up on social media on my feed that she had committed suicide. Now the video was from like a year ago, but it surfaced. And so the embarrassment of that video, she went and committed suicide. So like that's the dangers of social media that if I was a celebrity, I don't know. I don't know if I could be one actually in the public eye like that, and having everyone have an opinion about your life and having the need to like explain yourself. Like, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to be open to it, you know, because of the fact that you are a celebrity,
right?
You know what I mean? And you make it, and you have to be open to shit like that. So I can assume that it could be wild if something happened and you got to explain it. Cause a lot of times you got to explain it. If you don't, you probably lose your career.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things like
lose
that.
Followers and stuff.
Yeah. I tell you this thing I had, Damo, a little bit about, Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders a while back, man. Maybe like, I don't know, I'd say about 6-7 years ago, man. They was doing autographs, right? Signing autographs for a lot of people. So it got towards the end, man, and they was like, hey, you know, we can't do no more autographs. We were like done, right? And then these, you know, fans keep trying to push. And they was like, no, we done doing autographs. We can't do, you can't sign my little son. And say, no, man, we didn't sign this many. We done. We got other things we got to take care of today. Man, internet went wild. It showed the viral video of that. They didn't say anything about how many autographs, how long they've been out there signing all day. You know what I mean? None of that. Just a clip about them, you know, saying they wasn't signing no more. He wouldn't sign. Had his little son there, all that. They show all that, but didn't say nothing about anything else, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you have seen the comments from that shit.
It's crazy, man. Everybody's entitled.
Yeah.
The entitled people are calling other people entitled.
Right.
Like, you know,
right. I one more thing. I saw one video. It was, I think the girl is like a recruiter or something. And so all of her content, she's a content creator for, I don't know if she's officially endorsed by the Navy or what, but she had, like her and some people in her command or whatever had done like one of those, TikTok, videos that people are doing now where they do like where they're dancing or whatever. So it was like people in the military with their uniform on, and they were doing this TikTok or whatever. And somebody commented on it. They were like, oh, I'm a tax-paying citizen and my tax dollars are going to this. It's like, as though military people can't have a life. Like as though we're robots or something. We're just supposed to be out here just shooting up stuff and riding on boats all day. And, you know, like, come on now.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And every conversation got to be, and last thing for them TikTok people and the people with every conversation we have ain't about to be some studied politician speech type shit. That ain't us. You know what I mean? We real people who live real lives, who find things funny, who see humor in things and stuff like that. We not about to get on this podcast every week and give y'all this research, highly critical conversation about the politics of the military, societal issues. And like, if y'all want all that, I'm telling you, I promise you, it's a whole bunch of other podcasts that do that, and they do a really good job at it.
Facts.
This is lifestyle. This is lifestyle. This real shit that people go through on a day to day. This ain't that one that you want. We ain't always talk about the war, China. We ain't, it's not that podcast.
Yeah.
It's not that one. You know what I mean? It's that one exists. You know what I mean? And they probably way more popular than us. So go holler at them. They got y'all. We talk about life.
Yeah.
We talking about recruits using cell phones in boot camp. That's what we talking about.
Listen,
what's up with that?
Listen, I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on. So, hold on. Let me pull it up. Because when I saw it come up on my Facebook, I was like, what? So the Recruit Training Command is updating its standard operating procedure for recruit cell phone usage while in basic military training. Over the next few weeks, recruits in Division 033, remember that, and 034 will have limited access to their cell phones during designated periods for training in order to connect with family and friends and manage personal matters. Here's the first thing I'm going to say. Somebody gonna mess that up. Somebody, the Navy give you an inch. People try to take them out and they mess it up for everybody. Somebody is going to be on there making TikTok videos, probably. Something's going to leak. Remember, 033 and 034. If it does not happen or if it goes away, y'all asses are on the chopping block. You will be the most hated people. But I think somebody going to mess it up. Also, I don't think they should do that. I feel like being disconnected from society is one of the things that's like one of the molding tools while you're in the Navy. At least not for like the first, like you got to be like close to graduation, I would say. Because like to be disconnected, like I remember getting those letters. I got like a bag full of letters that I used to get in boot camp. And so it's like being disconnected from electronics when they can be such a distraction. Like I feel like that is like we shouldn't give them no cell phones. And I know they're talking about limited use, so it's not like they're gonna be carrying them around, but somebody gonna sneak it. Somebody's gonna try something and they're gonna be getting in trouble for it because people are so attached to their cell phones right now. So attached. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Well, I'm a little bit all over the place on it, to tell you the truth, right? At first I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, what's going on? But now, I don't want to be a hypocrite, right? And I'm gonna say this because I'm always talking about dinosaurs, right? Being in the Navy for a long time. And I thought about it when I came in the Navy, we didn't have damn cell phones. Hardly nobody had cell phones. So it wasn't even like a thought process from my side of the house. I know we don't have no damn cell phone. So now we're in a different age, right? And if you look, I'm not saying I'm for it, but I'm not saying I'm against it because of the fact that look at what we're doing right now for recruitment. Right? We paying off student loans. We lowering ASVAB scores. We doing all this stuff for recruits right now. So I am not surprised at all. You know what I mean? You know what I'm more surprised about? I'm more surprised by it says limited use. Shit. I thought everybody had that shit after 1000. They could use it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised. Right? Because that's where we going right now. If you want to join the Navy right now, I'm here to tell you it's a go. Right now, man, they're giving a lot for people to join the military right now. Yeah. So I'm not surprised, man. And then back, like I said before, man, like I don't want to, things are evolving, things are changing. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
They should get the Kendrick phone. Kendrick got a phone coming out. Kendrick Lamar and PG Lang, man.
Really?
They don't got internet. Yeah, it's just a phone. You just use it to call.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Kendrick got a little phone coming out that you just use it to just call people like a normal phone.
Little Boost Mobile.
I heard Damon though. I heard Damon down there. Damon got he got the young listeners, man. They be giving them the ball caps, man.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta keep my sponsors. Gotta keep my sponsors.
I'm gonna talk to y'all. Yeah, I heard David. I'm a for the young sailors. For the young fellas, look, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all finally got a back in my Navy moment. Right? And I just find that funny.
Yeah.
Y'all finally got a back in my Navy moment. I was on Facebook. I was seeing a lot of sellers I know that only got 2-3 years in the Navy talking about what the hell? This couldn't be me.
Yep.
This, that. So y'all finally got y'all. So when y'all start looking at the OGs, the old heads, and even some of them dinosaurs that say all the wild stuff that y'all say, oh, they old, this, that. Think about it. Think about these changes, because this might be y'all first back in my Navy type moment.
Yep.
You know, I remember we thought that all the recruits was getting Palm Pilots. And we like, what? They all got Palm Pilot? It was like iPads. We like, and that was a rumor. We like, they all got iPads. But now y'all see they about to get them cell phones, and I see a lot of y'all talking like y'all was brought up in World War II days.
Right.
But hey, we all do it. Everybody do it.
Everybody.
Now y'all got y'all.
Yep.
You know, that's all I got about it. I'm kind of on I'm on the side of Damon, Tish. Like, we got these young listeners.
Like, don't piss them off. Don't piss them off.
Shout out to the young listeners, yo. Shout out to y'all, yo. Use your phones, yo. Use your phones. The world changing.
Let's go.
The Navy is changing.
No.
Call us, man. Call us, man, from boot camp. Call your people from boot camp, man.
Hey, but so, serious question though. What's the benefits of having your phone in boot camp? Damon, what you think some of the benefits are to having your phone in boot camp? I want to ask Damon first, because Tish, you already saying, I mean, I know you probably got an opinion with some benefits, but you're already saying you don't agree. So Damon, what's some of the benefits that you think is to having a phone in boot camp?
To be honest with you, man, like when I spoke on it, man, I'm thinking about like how things are changing. I don't know how many benefits it is. I know you can contact your family and things like that. I'll be serious, bro.
I don't know how many.
Ain't no benefits. It's no benefit. Like, we went, you know, Damo, I'm just being honest, because look, we've been through it. We had no damn cell phones. So I'm not assuming it's a benefit to it, but I just know the younger generation is different than my generation.
Yeah.
You know, we are different. It's no secret. We are different. So, I don't know, man. Maybe they need to talk to mom and dad a little bit more than I did. You know, maybe they need to talk to somebody more than I did. I don't know. Maybe they talk to their loved ones. But
some people ain't spoke to their mom and dad for about 6 years for they joint boot camp.
Right.
Yeah, that too.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'll be that same person too. Hey, I need to call my mom.
Exactly.
I ain't heard from my moms in 3 years. Yo, where's my phone? I need my Kendrick Lamar phone. I'm calling my moms, man. You know what I'm saying? But the significant other, stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. Speaking of that, calling a significant other and stuff like that, what's your thoughts on like military members having to lie about their career to get a date?
Listen. Okay. So y'all out the game. Okay.
Yeah. Do we need to get some context, Tish? Though?
Y'all are out the game. Yeah. So there was an article, right? And hold on, let me go to it. So the article was saying that it was talking about
troops consider that military service as a dating app red flag.
Yeah.
So they don't like to say they in the military because they feel like that ain't gonna get them to date.
Right. And this guy actually said he got ghosted like twice when he mentioned that he was in the military. And I'm in a couple of different, like either female groups, femininity groups, dating groups, all on like Facebook social groups or whatever. And, the dating groups are just like a bunch of women, you know, it's not like women and men and now we're trying to date. It's more so like women, talking about dating experiences and all of that stuff. And I know a couple times when people have said like, I'm seeing this guy, he's in the military, and I always go to the comments because somebody is going to be like, don't do it, girl.
Yeah, most definitely gonna happen.
Don't do it. Or like, you know, they'll come on and they'll say, oh, well, you know, I haven't heard from him in a little while. He says he's deployed. You know, is this common? for me to like not hear from him in 3 weeks. And they're like, yeah, it's coming, but he probably cheating anyway.
Yeah.
He probably got somebody on the ship anyway, because he can be emailing you, girl. So he really don't care. But yeah, the stigma out there, especially for military men, I would say that it goes both ways, because non-military men assume that military females are easy. And then non-military females assume that all men in the military are cheaters. So yeah, it's hard out here. It's hard out here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a real thing. I can definitely see that being a real thing. All I can tell them, hey, run. Tell them for the dude, tell them what you do in the military. Don't just, if you're on shore duty, I'm an electrician.
Tell them what you do.
I'm an electrician.
Yeah, I'm an electrician. Where you work? On a Navy ship?
For the Department of the Defense.
You work
for the government. I work for the government.
As soon as you say you're a sailor, it's over. It's over. You know, and that's because, it's my young sailors. Shout out to my young boys out there that's living life, man. They living life. They having fun. I'm seeing them.
They are.
On IG Live and all that, on their IG stories. They out there in Spain and all these different places living their lives, and any lady that's, smart and that's looking for some real love, stay away from my young boys out there, because they're young snipers. You know what I mean? They're young snipers out there right now. But
it's tough, bro.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to commit to much in the military. Mm-hmm. It's hard. Like those 20s, your 20s. Yeah. And it's a real conversation. Not everybody gonna like this. Your 20s though, that's for fun.
Right.
And a lot of that, like some people, they get married early and stuff like that. We ain't really talk about them. But some of us in our 20s, some of us don't really know why we still here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of us wonder why we still around. You know what I mean? The situations that some of us been in, even in the military. You know what I mean?
Right.
Parties, overseas, doing crazy stuff, while and having fun. That happens. That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In our land, in the U.S., places like Virginia, if they not after your check, if they not after your BAH or whatever like that, then they know what you about already. You know what I mean?
Right. I was just about to say that. And be cautious about who is willing to accept you for your wild boy ways. Because they after something.
Yeah, it's called fair trade out here. Yep. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man.
They said, I'm leaving here with something.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm from around the way.
Everybody can't take them 8 months, man. You know what I mean? Them 10 months. It's hard out there, man.
Yeah.
It's
on
hard.
Both sides. On both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Oh, Jody.
Both sides.
And that's the real deal Holyfield.
Right.
That old heads you say. Like, cause people, a lot of people hate to hear stuff like that. No, our sailors are faithful, committed. Nah, they out here wild.
Listen, nope.
We got some young snipers out here.
Even some old snipers.
Yeah, some of these old snipers, like, you got something at home, man.
Right.
Yeah. Hey.
Some of the old ones ain't shit either.
Some of them young some of them young snipers be waiting on them old snipers to leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Because the old snipers be, when I was on my first command, we like, I can't wait till senior chief. A certain senior chief, I didn't even say his rate. People know, but it's people like, man, they can't wait till senior get out, because senior was playing with money too. Like he was able to move different than us. You know what I mean? Like that was for real. You know what I mean? Then he tried to mentor some people. And you ain't mentoring me out here. These shit. These decades, man. Not the way you move it. He tried to correct me one day about something. I told him. He tried to correct me. I told him. And I was wrong. I'm going to admit it. I was wrong. He tried to correct me. He like, you can't wear both headphones while you walking through the P-way. That's wrong. I'm like, you can't be fucking junior sellers. See? You know? He's like, he got heated after that. It's 2 wrongs. He ain't deny it. He's like, so you saying 2 wrongs make a right? And then
he hit you with that one, bro.
He broke me down. Yeah, and he broke me down. Like, I had to shut up. Like, senior chief. I could only go but so far with senior. Like, that's all I had. Like, that was all I was right in medical team. Right? I remember. yo, that was all I had was that. Yeah, I emptied the clip. That was it. You know, he broke me down after that. I'm like, yo, this could go left. You know what I mean? I had to shut up. You know what I mean? And see, it was kind of big, man. He was in shape, man. That's how he was getting all the girls, man.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Hey, that's the Navy, man. For the commanders listening, for the captains, hey, man, it all happened. It's all true stories, man. I'm sorry that y'all gotta hear it like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Permission to speak freely. Let's go.
Yeah. Lying about your career to get a date is crazy, but it's true. Speaking of dating and stuff like that, David, you see Pacino, he got hit with that child support, man.
Yeah, man.
It was over as soon as it started, man. We knew what she was in there for, man. We saluted him just for being an OG, man, but she getting that money out of him now, dog.
Yeah, she living good.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
man.
$30,000 a month.
And look,
how much? $30,000 a month, and then another $110,000 for her to get her own place.
Man,
she good.
Real good, man. Real good.
She real good. She ain't
really
got to work. She ain't got to do
much.
nothing.
I know it wasn't that crazy getting pregnant by Pacino, pause. But like, she ain't had to do much. Like, that's an easy day for her.
Right.
What's up, Damon?
I was thinking about it. We talked about this before, man. So I know they did all that stuff. Man, how the hell Pacino get motherfuckers pregnant, man? Come on, man. Print about 102, man. God damn. But I know everything was done though. So I know if he paying that type of money, I know they got some tests.
Oh yeah, no, they made sure. I remember when me and Angeline was having trouble, she tried to get me to get tested. I'm like, baby, I was trying to fight that John. Like, my situation work over here, baby. You need to get checked out.
Why are men like that? Why are men like that?
Because, for me, I'm like, you got pregnant before. You was pregnant. I got you pregnant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so why I need, cause they like, yeah, part of the thing, we gonna test you and we gonna test him. I'm like, y'all could take half of that part away. Y'all don't gotta test me. I'm straight. Test her. Focus on her. I'm about to be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Men get offended.
Yeah, yo. What we got going on work. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying we shooting.
Yeah, straight up. You know what I mean? Like we ain't in the question, man. It says, never mind. I was about to say, then the tactics hold. Like, I ain't about to go in no room with no magazines and stuff like that. Like, we need TV. We need a TV stream that. Like, we're like, hey, it's cool. I got my cell phone, y'all. Like, I don't
2023,
I got
2023, man. We know magazines.
And it ain't the Kendrick Lamar phone. There's something more here. I'm good to go. Amphibious Squadron 5 Commodore fired. Right. So that's we're in that is news to me is because normally I'm seeing like CMCs and like other people, fired and stuff like that. This is the first time in a while I saw a squadron commander fired, but I heard it's not. Like when I was looking at the comments, I heard it's not the first time in a while. But I'm going to read a couple of the comments though. Right? Just one of the comments on the thing that he got fired. And it's Navy Times. So, of course, they saying somebody got fired with no context at all, right?
Right.
Shout out to Navy Times for no context. But it says, this is just a random comment. He may have refused to go along with Biden's woke military policies. Just guessing. That's somebody who just guessed, right? That was a hell of a guess.
Right.
A hell of a guess. You just guessed that he refused to go along with Biden's policy. Somebody said he probably said something or did something that's not politically correct. Navy is involved in 2 proxy wars and moving to a third. So I guess it's easy to find a PC replacement, especially with the third conflict imminent. Somebody says, dude was probably set up for failure. The amphibious fleet is the most underfunded, overworked classes of ships. The LSDs have been falling apart for over a decade. We burnt one to the waterline. The rest of LHDs are crumbling, and the LPDs are hit and miss with build issues still. But we still pumping out LCSs as fast as we could decommission them. That last part is kind of funny. Somebody says probably misgendered. Somebody says probably misgendered the E3's pronouns.
Dang.
Yeah. Going hard.
Yeah. Somebody said probably misorientated and not woke enough. So a lot of people just assuming, don't even know because there's no content.
There's no content.
People just assuming it got to do with some politics or some woke stuff and all of that. which to me is just great. Like now people just creating the narrative about shit. Mm-hmm. Like nobody knows why this man got. Somebody else said like they heard he pulled a Louis C.K. on some Junior Sellers or something like that. But like nobody knows what's happening.
Right
now, this is kind of off the cuff, y'all. This one, because I know it ain't much on that, but this one is off the cuff, and I'm sure Damon probably gonna have something on this. A dude named Ivan Snook, right? He made a post and it went a little viral. It says, the military should stop giving commissions to any enlisted. And I think this dude's an officer. I believe. I'm not sure. The military should stop giving commissions to any enlisted. Mustangs erode the esteem, legitimacy, and distinct culture of the officer corps, like merchants marrying into aristocracy. Nevertheless, we are intent on lowering the standards and reducing military service to being just a job ASAP. So that's what he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, so it seemed like he don't have a whole lot of content either behind saying that statement. If you see a statement like that, you should have a whole lot more to talk about, because that wasn't a whole lot. But, hey, we got things in place for that though, man. It ain't changed on how we make people make rank, on how people, doing things. It's a policy to it. And the Mustang, they most definitely haven't changed the way they do business for a long, long time. So I don't understand. I need him to define, him or her, whoever it is, to define anybody. You know what I mean? Like anybody.
He pretty much saying Mustangs make the officer corps
look
worse.
bad. Yeah, which is crazy because here's my thing. I'm gonna say this about officers.
That's so big of a statement,
right? I'm gonna say this about. You can tell the difference between the academy officer versus a Mustang officer. Like you can just tell, the ones who are a Mustang, they came out the mud, they're gritty. They need that in the officer corps to bring their asses down sometimes. Cause sometimes they're so out of touch with what's going on and what's going on at the bottom. They just be setting policy sometimes. And those are most of the time the officers that have you doing dumb shit. When they're tasking, they have you doing these dumbass taskings because they don't understand the process of how shit is really done and how the shop works and all of this stuff and the real core of the Navy. So I don't like that statement. I think it comes from a very arrogant place. I'm probably thinking, oh, well, I'm a Harvard grad because that's how they are. I'm a Harvard grad and, they shouldn't be amongst us and they're not the scholars that we are. So yeah, he needs to sit his ass down somewhere. We need those Mustangs in the officer ranks. He probably got cussed out. He probably just got cussed out by one too, real bad.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. That's what happened, man. He just got a bad experience, right? He just had a bad experience with a Mustang, and did he come right out and make that statement?
Yep.
Hey, for all your swoles and all you guys are out there doing great things, where you gonna get that expertise from?
Right.
That a Mustang, like an MPA or EMO and all these people that can provide for you. Where are you going to get that from if you want to get rid of the warrants or the LDOs? There's no way you can make it, man. Like explain that to me and I feel better about it.
Right.
Don't jump off an experience that you probably just had with a Mustang. Everybody out there making mistakes. Everybody out there. And you're right. You are getting some people that's not as good. I agree. It's chiefs people making chiefs is not good. Yep. Not that good, right? As a chief, if they're out there, Mustangs are not that good. Everybody, all swoles are not that good.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's different people out there. So, on the way they do business. So to point at that, community and say something like that is crazy. And I'd like to know more, in depth about what made you make that statement, because it's gotta be a whole lot more to it.
You said his name, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, his name is known. It's kind of viral. Like somebody was on our YouTube like, hey, are y'all going to talk about this dude? And I ain't seen nothing about him, but it just popped up. Because somebody else, shout out to that dude, Mandatory Fun
What's his name again? Hey, what's his name again?
Ivan Snook. I just deleted the picture. The dude's name is Ivan Snook, I believe.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
pretty sure he's not pretty sure he's not a popular guy. He probably in hiding right now.
Yeah,
scared to walk around the base.
His name Ivan Snook. But you know, my thoughts about it is that he's speaking from a singular point of view, based off a singular experience. You know what I'm saying? So even responding to it is responding to a singular person. Because most of the officers I know, I don't feel like they feel like that. You know, whether they be swole,
most definitely,
whether they be warned, whatever, whether they came from the academy, whether they came from regular school. And I think each one kind of benefits like different purposes. Like, my academy grad officers, I love how thorough that they've been when it came to certain processes. Like they are normally the ones for me that's super thorough, that know what's going on, with all the instructions and keeping us in line and making sure like that. They also got a strong sense of heritage as well. They understand heritage and they understand like big picture military stuff. And I appreciate that about them. Like they could talk to me about different warships, different stuff like that. That's kind of their in line to be COs and stuff like that. Whereas my warrant officers and stuff like that, they always seem to be the ones that when it's time to get things done, they a good mixture of both.
Yeah.
You know, they a good mixture of where the mess would be as far as driving, but also a good mixture of where the war room, like the SWOs and stuff would be as far as the technical aspect of all of that too. They a really good mixture, like a super chief. Like I think you were talking about them, and not the senior chief version of super chief, but like a chief to a different level. And you was talking about it on one of our more recent pods, Tish. You know, I had like spectacular aces, spectacular MPAs, spectacular warrants that we worked for that nobody else was doing that job. And then what they add to the wardroom by bringing that experience in there from being on the deck place and stuff like that, and being able to train on that level, man, it's unmatched.
Right.
Like what would we have if we didn't have that? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's speaking from his own experience, man. Shame on him. Shame on you, Ivan.
Right.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Know,
but you know, I have come across some officers that were like very snooty like that. And usually it's the ones that are in like the what do you call it? I want to say the professional course. I forget what they actually call it though, but like, you know, the JAGs, medical corps, stuff like that, where it's like, you know, they have a little bit more status. They go through ODS. So they go through a completely different, pipeline, you know, for their commissioning. And so they're just, is it ODS? No. They go through something different though. It might be ODS that they go through. Like they don't go through like the grittiness because,
they don't go through OCS.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah. They don't go through OCS. They do ODS. And so, I've come across some that kind of like had their nose up in the air. And usually they will get shut down by a Mustang. So they'll bring your ass back to reality real quick. And you know, officers, it's like a gentleman's club. So, you know, they talk nice to each other, but not the Mustangs. They come in there full throttle.
Yeah, they ain't really.
They ain't with all that.
They ain't got to play that politic. You know, it's different. Different stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
other dudes come up with y'all in the HMs. They ain't coming up with like the engineers. That's gonna be like, nah, we ain't doing that. So
right?
Like that ain't happening.
Exactly. I remember one of my JAGs that I worked with. He encountered a BMCS. And so you can only imagine a Navy JAG captain coming across this guy. He's like, what you mean you're not going to do it, Senior Chief? He's like, exactly what I said. I'm not doing that.
Most let them know.
He got real. He was like,
do I know the BMC?
Oh, yeah. You already know who I'm talking about. Oh, you already know who I'm talking about.
Not surprised.
Oh, he let his ass have it. Man, it should be so funny. And I just be sitting back laughing with popcorn. He would come in my office like, you know, Chief, I'm just so surprised at the professionalism of the chiefs. But you know, but he need them though. Most of the time, it's like, all right, you need somebody like that. You gotta keep them in your back pocket. So it's like you just gotta kind of like. You just got to lay down.
BMCS.
Yeah,
that's every BMCS.
Yeah, they be running shit. So you need something done.
Don't let them run into no boatsing. Don't let none of the officers run into like a boatsing. Man, it'd be a bad day for you. Hey, what's your do better, Damon?
Man, my do better, man. I gotta actually, man, I don't have really a do better, man. I have a, like, I've been talking a lot of, I think on like 2 do betters, man. I brung up Navy Lodge, man.
You had.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this time, man, the Navy Lodge looked out for me, man. So you guys know how I be missing shit all the time. I'm sure you guys found out this morning. But maybe about a month or 2 ago, man, I lost my charger to my Surface Pro. Right? Bro, I went and bought another one, no big deal, right? And all of a sudden I just show up at the Navy Lodge, same spot. And I'm checking in. And right when I got done checking in, this lady said, wait 1 second. She comes back out and she has my charger. I didn't ask for it. I didn't do anything, man. She just seen my name. I don't know if she was going through an inventory or something, saw it or whatever. I don't know. But she came out, man, and gave me my charger, man. So big shouts out to Navy Lodge, man, for looking out for their peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, nice. I'm going to pull a Tish this week. My do better is me. My wife, she asked a random question about what to do when we had the baby, like what we needed to do after we had the baby. Had to hit her with the gaslight option, man. I told her, I told her, like, asked her how come she ain't know, man. Like, yo, you could do research yourself. You got friends. I just really didn't know. She asked a real good question. Like, hey, like, when it comes to the baby insurance and stuff like that, like, we got appointments coming up. Like, she's just asking, like, yo, what are we going to do? Like, how do we, get the baby in appointments? And I'm like, yo, baby, like, you got a computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could ask, you got friends that have babies and stuff. I'm like, I don't know either, Then I start feeling, then I told her in the same conversation, I'm like, I felt bad. Like, I put in a request to be a CFC and stuff like that. And I don't even know what to do after we have our baby. I was like, because if it was one of my sellers, I would have known, I would have ran it to ground and all that, found out, figured out the information. So I did find out that the baby, the baby is automatically on your insurance for a period of time. I think like 90 days you got until you actually have to like do the paperwork to get the baby added to your insurance and stuff like that. But I really didn't know. Like, I was freestyling.
Yeah. Like, so you're right, Damo, with the deers thing. Yeah, you got to go in and do all that stuff on deers and all that stuff. But the other part of it too, man, like all the stuff with like the shots and all that stuff, the doctor's going to help you with that. So you ain't got to look into none of that stuff. They're going to have a whole schedule for you on what dates and what times and all this stuff.
Yeah. No, it was the insurance though. That's
I think you fill out it's been a minute for me, but I feel like I had to fill out some type of paperwork while I was in there. And it was like the carryover. It was to identify this baby as the one that was going to be carrying over until I, got my, birth certificate.
So you actually did the paperwork?
Yeah. Cause once you get the birth certificate, then you take it in, to Deers, to the ID card office.
I think you have to work that footprint. Yeah. That footprint in the beginning. Yeah. And then when your birth certificate come in, I remember. Yeah,
because we don't go to military medical. We go out in town to the civilians. But in her insurance, she got TRICARE, but it's the TRICARE for the civilians. I go to military medical, but she don't. She has some bad experiences, so she go to...
Yep.
I've had bad experiences too, but I still go to military. That's a part of it. I always have a bad experience. Like when a dude had the iPhone out, that was a bad experience. But I don't got I'm in the military, so I gotta go. And even if you go to tell, they get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go, I went to the ER to tell because I was hurting. Why you ain't come here first? Because I couldn't walk up the brow. You know what I mean? You should have came here.
Hey, Damo. How many clips that you have put out, man? That's probably one of the funniest clips, man. Just like, shit, when they broke out that iPhone, bro. But yes.
My wife,
I gotta go.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, y'all could do me like that, but you ain't gonna do my old lady like that. Right. Man. You know what I'm saying? So she got medical somewhere else. Man. Nice. She got medical somewhere else. Big thing. Oh,
Damon, but you didn't ask me what my do better was.
Oh, because I ain't see it. I didn't know you had one, Tish.
Yeah, I didn't know you had it. That's right.
It's normally you.
Because I don't.
Yeah.
I ain't got one. It probably should be me so I can get off the floor. At the movie theater. That's probably my do better.
Yeah, that was wild. Damon missed that part.
That's probably my do better.
He's crawling on the floor.
Did you see my story?
Theater. Yeah, he saw it because I sent it to him. I shared it with him.
When he shared it with me, I looked at all of it then. Look, all of it. Yeah. I thought you was like at a concert. I don't want to go back because you guys already talked to it. I already talked about it, but you're lucky I ain't come in on time today, Tish.
Listen.
No, but Damon, rank floors, right? Rank like dirty floors, right? Where do the movie theater carpet rank when it comes to dirty floors in America? It's top 5. It's top 5.
How is it top 5?
I mean, my feet would never touch a birthing head. You know what I'm saying? Like ever. But like my hands are never touching a movie theater floor. You know,
I was in the moment. And
you was feeling yourself. Yeah, you was feeling yourself.
And for Beyonce. It's like when the lights come on, it was like I was already dressed for the occasion. And then when the flash came on and then everybody's hyping me up and you hear in the video, everybody's cheering me on.
That was Tisha Fierce. That was Tisha Fierce.
That was
you
Tisha
got possessed.
Fierce, right? So
she said, "Okay."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the people that was annoyed. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have had my hands on the movie theater floor.
I don't care how many.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, was you guys? I saw people in there. You guys was having a little concert. Like, you guys the only one in there.
It was.
You know, there's other people in there trying to watch it, right?
They were cheering me on. They were cheering me on. But that
you probably got some words. I've been that person that's way in the back there. Been yelling down at you.
Oh, that's what I said.
Your seat.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sit your ass down.
Yep.
But
and then I would have wrote a formal.
No,
something on paper.
No, but this
get my money back.
But this movie was like that type of atmosphere. So the movie theaters were putting out disclaimers like, "Hey, you know, this isn't your typical sit down and watch movie. Like, we want people to cheer. We want people." I mean, they didn't say give a whole damn concert. Reenact a song. They didn't say do that. I probably took that a little far. But I did it on the stairs so I wouldn't block anybody's view or whatever. And like
you saw them at Beyonce, Damon? You saw the ad where they added Beyonce in the story? Tisha, I got smoke for y'all. So
I ain't see that, man.
Yeah, my friend added Beyonce
in one joint.
She
like,
did.
Yo, you need a background dancer.
Oh my God.
She did.
Beyonce gotta wake up and see this
now
shit.
Beyonce got it on Beyonce's internet. I swear to God, though. I swear to y'all. I swear. If Beyonce contacts me, it's over.
She not even gonna see
I know she ain't. But I'm just saying, if she were to, if she did, I'm wearing gowns for the rest of the episodes. Like from here on, like I'm gonna be acting real brand new. Just so y'all know, disclaimer. So y'all better hope that she don't call my phone or be in my DMs. Matter of fact, I'll extend it to her people. You know, Tina knows, Mama knows.
Tina.
I'll extend it there. Mama knows. Listen, if she was to say something, I'm 100%.
They not, Tish.
I'm gonna be like them officers.
They not.
I'm gonna be like
they not gonna say
I'm gonna be like them officers.
Real bougie.
Real bougie.
You got better luck getting Rick James to holler at you in your DMs.
Or Flavor Flav.
Yeah. So Beyonce,
that's my dude.
Taylor Swift, and Keith Lee right now are like impacting environments, neighborhoods, and cultures, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They driving money into communities.
Yeah.
Man. The Keith Lee effect is real. I ain't gonna stick on it, you know, but that's super real. Because Damon got a super topic.
Super duper. Well, I mean, it's kind of super duper. You know what I mean? You guys already know, man. Like, you know, article came out and said like what? The nearly all the E9 billets from the senior enlisted market has been filled.
Yeah.
97, what else? 97% been filled.
Yeah. What that mean for like you though?
I'm part of the 3%. You know what I mean? That's what's really happened. I'm part of the 3% that ain't got selected. You know what I mean? But I just want to throw this out, man, on my little rant real quick, man. I know why though. So in the beginning, when I didn't know, I was like, ain't no, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm like sitting in the back, like, man, I looked all these guys up. You know what I mean? fleeced them, stalked everybody. I know everything. I know these guys' kids' name almost. Everybody, all 7 of them, man. I know the kids, the wives and everything. And I'm like, man, how in the hell I haven't got selected yet? Right? Uh-huh. And so I did a little bit more research and I went on the ship and I'm saying this because I know a lot of people probably already knew this, but I didn't know because we don't talk about it. So I didn't know this. So I think in like April, I think the article say like April of 23, they posted it. I could be wrong on that date too. They posted a scoring sheet, a scoring criteria for how they were selecting the marketplace, senior listed marketplace, Master Chiefs. So
they did in April?
Yeah, like April 23 or something like that.
Mandela effect. That's right. Mandela effect. That shit ain't really happened. It just came out. They backdated it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Sinbad movie. But I'm listening to you though.
Yeah. So I looked at it and I looked at the scoring, and one thing stood out in scoring that hurt me, period. And it was the fact that if you at sea duty or you on shore duty, they give 20 points. I think it was 20 points for if you already at sea, and you get 0 points if you're on shore duty. Now, what that does for me is everything else in the damage control world, we damn near the same at that level. When you become senior chief, you got all the NECs, you got all this, we all look the same when it comes to qualifications and all that stuff. So those 20 points are huge. Huge. So ain't no way I can overcome that. So if you make it and you on shore duty, just chill out for a while. You know what I mean? Relax, because you're going to be down there to the bottom of it when you get selected for a billet. Now, the problem I have with that is, we didn't preach in the Navy for a long time, man, is that have a healthy sea-shore rotation. A healthy. So what you saying to me is, personally, is that I am getting punished. Now, I say that's a word to use. I shouldn't use that word, huh? Punished, for being on shore duty. I mean, that's how it looks from the outside. You know what I mean? But on the positive side, it's only 2 of us left that haven't made it, and both of us on shore duty. So it's coming my way. You gotta come. I'm assuming I'm gonna get it sooner or later.
Yeah, that
was some of the issues I had, man. But the criteria, though, man, I wish I would have knew that a long time ago, though. You know what I mean? I wish I would, knew that, and we could have talked about it a long time ago. And it could have been out a long time. I just didn't see it. But if we talk more about this, like Damo always said too, man, it's not a whole lot of information. When this thing come out, we're not talking about this marketplace thing a lot. It's like one of the articles that came out. It's like one of the first things we didn't see when it came out, this 97% most of all fee. That's the first thing we probably heard about, the senior listed marketplace.
We be just sliding.
So the communication can be better.
Yeah, we just be sneaking them out.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, man. This is pretty like thorough as far as what we doing, but I agree with you about the whole at sea. Let's say when a seller is serving at sea, they'll be given a score of 1. When the seller is ashore, they'll be given a score of 0. Pay grade and merit scoring. So then, and your current tour is worth 20 points. Yeah, I just because I think all of y'all were under the impression that if y'all made Master Chief, y'all would be filling some billet out to sea anyway. So it didn't matter to y'all if y'all were currently on shore.
Right.
That's crazy to me. I mean, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm cool with it. At least I see that. I know.
Yeah.
But let me tell you another story though. Yeah. Expectation. Yeah. How about one of the guys that made it had already been out to sea for a long time, and he wasn't happy with going, like they had 2 different billets up there. They had a shore duty billet and they had a sea duty billet. He got picked for the sea duty billet, and he wasn't happy that he was going back to sea again. He already did like 4 or 5 years. So now you got to do another 3.
Yeah, I know a couple of dudes that. Yeah, I know a couple
so
of
that's,
that
you put on that other star, but man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Speaking on the things that the Navy doing right, every seller is a recruiter, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy too, man, because I was on the ship and I knew him, the CMC that was on board. He called me and I was say, "Hey man, you heard about this article came out?" I said, what article are you talking about? And then if you know, I don't know if you guys try to pull it up anywhere. When you pull it up, it doesn't show up. The whole article don't show up. Right? Yeah. The whole thing does not. So I just want to read you guys this little part right here. It says call to action. I mean, every command in the Navy is charged with finding, coaching, and mentoring at least one quality recruit. Right? And then it goes on and talk more about it. My thought process about it is this, man. At sea duty wise, how can we do this? How is this hurting the recruiting? Like, is it helping or hurting recruiters? You know what I mean? Like, cause what's going to happen now is you got commands that don't know a lot about recruiting maybe, or you may have some say they recruited before. I mean, it's possible, but if they don't know, how are they going to get this research? Or are you just going out there and find somebody and send them to the recruiting office? Or are they doing, cause it says they doing all the research, the whole thing, the article says all that. So I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, we doing bad, man. If we got to get these sea doing commands to recruit, we're doing bad out there, man. I think it's a bigger story to this and we're not talking about because, we always looking out to the future on everything. Mm-hmm. So I think the future may not be bright for recruits, man. If we doing this, is this what we're talking about? We got commands out there. We got ships out there that's doing a whole lot of shit. And now we got to worry about a recruit.
Right.
Go ahead, Damo.
No, I was just going to say, we actually probably need to dig into this a little bit more because, I do.
Okay.
Because it looks like it's an advancement opportunity. It points towards your advancement as well. And I'm assuming that's for sailors on ships, not actually like billeted recruiters. So yeah, I need to look into this a little bit more. That's crazy though. Yeah, so every sailor is a recruiter. Yeah, we'll talk about it. I think it need to be kind of dove into a little bit more thoroughly, in my opinion. I don't know about you, Tish, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a random question is this. Why is my phone carrier required for e-leave submission? Damon, can you answer that? Since you're a Master Chief Select. Why do I need to let them know that I'm on T-Mobile? Else I can't. Like, I couldn't even submit the leave. They like, yo, hold up.
Right.
You try to submit it. They like, hold up. It's pink. Where T-Mobile, where your phone was.
Right.
Like, you gotta put this in. Like, why y'all need to know? I need an IS. Somebody.
Right.
Tell me why y'all need to know my phone carrier, man.
I feel like if I was to give an educated guess, my educated guess says it is something looped into, what is it? Is it NFAS? Navy something accountability? Nuh-uh, the NFAS, yeah. Yeah, the accountability. I feel like it's maybe looped into that because, when we go, if you're on leave and something happens in your area, they know that you're there from the leave chit, and then you can get the notifications and all of that stuff maybe through NFAS. That's my guess.
No, NFAS.
But we talk, yeah, go ahead, Damo.
I was just going to say NFAS don't got nothing to do with the leave shit though.
It doesn't, but maybe NSIPS kind of integrates with it because how do they know?
No, I used to work it. I was a core. I was an NFAS.
So if I go to
my command.
So if I go to Florida and then there's a hurricane,
you're going to get alerted no matter what. If you go to Florida, it's a hurricane, you have to check in no matter what, just because of your locale. Now, me being an NFAS coordinator, it don't matter if you're on leave or not. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to check in because of your locale. And then it's a couple different things, like you at work, on leave, at home, whatever like that. That's just the status that you can make. But just from your address that you have in NFAS, it's going to automatically ping you.
But my address would be for here. That's in NFAS. If I'm in Florida on leave, how do they know that?
You should be able to put that address in there.
And NFAS?
Your leave address.
You're
not an NFAS, no.
Yeah, you're going to put it in NSIPS, but NFAS NFAS not going to tell you that you need to check. Yeah, to my understanding, the NFAS ain't going to tell you, hey, you in Orlando, it's a hurricane out there. Like, mark yourself safe. Like, it ain't, I don't think it's going to do that.
It would make too much sense for the two systems to talk to one another.
None of our systems talk.
I know.
Not too many of our systems talk. I don't understand.
It's very, very minimal systems talk. And sometimes it like takes time for them to talk. But that would be like, that should be a thing where if you're on leave in Florida and they have a hurricane, then NSIPs should be alerting in fast to let them know I'm in that area for accountability purposes.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say this. It's dumb why they need your carrier. Why the hell you need my carrier and fucking on leave chits? It's crazy. It's dumb. I don't understand it.
Can't even submit without it.
If you don't get text messages or anything from any systems when you're on leave and
even if you got a text, why you need to know that I'm with
it'll ask that when you fill out certain stuff, other stuff, it'll ask you like what carrier. And I think it's because of the charges or something. I don't know. None of it.
I feel like Tisha's trying to find an answer.
I'm trying to find an answer. I'm trying to make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like there has to be a reason.
Knows. Somebody has an answer.
There has to be a reason. If somebody knows, because now I won't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
I need to know why.
You're 7 degrees of separation from somebody with an answer. You know somebody with an answer. Ask the question for us. We really want to answer. So I got a question. It's based off of my own experience.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my experience first. Quals, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me as a senior chief to get quals. And this is on me. I'm not talking about the ship. I ain't talking about nobody else. It's harder for me because my focus isn't on quals. It's on my sellers. It's on all types of other stuff. I just filled in for my CMC last week. You know what I mean? And I don't have that many quals on a ship. So it's not like I'm not doing stuff and stuff like that. It's just that like I'm not finding time to grind down and get these quals. And since my quals are so old, a lot of my, it ain't a lot of requals I could do. It's starting from scratch. So, somebody was bringing up to me, they were saying like they feel like Chiefs should have like a buffer, like a month period or maybe month and a half, 2 month period when they first get to a ship. That's kind of like an NDOC period where they not with the division yet, but they just working, getting quals and stuff like that, right? Or maybe maybe it's no real picture to it and they just was giving me that idea. But like, what do y'all think? Should it be like a period of time as a chief where you just get in your quals before you get thrown into the job?
I actually like that idea. Because once you get thrown into a job, it's over. It's a wrap. It seems like. And like with you right now, you're struggling to get your quals done because you're all over the place. It's not like you're just not doing it. It's that you just have other priorities. Because once you jump into that seat and you're now that person, it's a wrap. So I like that idea, actually. Damon was shaking his head no.
Like no. I don't like it. But I'm gonna tell you this though, like Damo brought this question up because it's from his personal, from him, right? Because of the fact that Damo is different when it comes to that stuff. Like even on our last ship, me and Damo had conversations about this, about getting qualifications and what his priorities was at the time and all that stuff. So I don't necessarily think like it's a thing because a lot of times too, Damo, that we go to places and a lot of the stuff we do are requals, right? It don't mean we got to go from scratch, but when you go to a carrier, it's different. A lot of shit is different there, so you got to start from, scratch or whatever. But I think it could be worked out though. You know what I mean? It ain't like you, like we as chiefs and senior chiefs or whoever is grinding our ass off, you know what I mean? Like junior sailors are, like in an aspect. I mean by working wise, like doing the maintenance and all that stuff. And most of our quals is like damn near leadership stuff. And it's stuff that we probably didn't seen before. It's probably no qual that we have to do at this level that we probably never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We probably know something about it already. We talking about 3M, we talking about D, all that stuff. But it's also some quals, like you said, Damo, or from a different platform that are bigger. So I just don't know if it takes that for us though. We know we in a senior leadership position. We know we have to get qual. I don't think it should be for us E7 and above. I think we should, get it knocked out.
So how would I get team leader?
But see, team leader be something that's not a requal?
No, because my qual, not on my ship. On my ship, none of the quals are requal. So I got to start from DC communications and work if I want to be on decade, I got to start from the DC 301 and work my way all the way up. It's none of us a requal on my ship because the last series I got was like the M series. So they kind of did this like formula to say that this is changed so much that it ain't no requals. So like how I'm going to get team leader?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm already like, that's crazy already. So, I mean, like you said, it's different situations though. Like, and that's one of them. Like your situation is a little bit different. Cause yeah, you most like a junior sailor now coming on board.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you, yeah.
But I'm not a junior sailor and my responsibility level is not of a junior sailor's. And that's the kind of the point. Like, I don't have time to get team leader. Like, you know, like, DC communications I'm trying to get right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy. That's crazy.
I gotta get the qual. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not a junior seller knows more right now in DC comms than me. Like I gotta go back into, you know, making sure that, you know, some of the fine print, small detail stuff I remember and know, you know, it's stuff we've been doing for years, but you get kind of like slippery with some of the earlier knowledge type shit. Mm-hmm. I might be kind of exaggerating when I say a junior seller know DC comms more than me. I probably still know DC comms, but still I got to get DC comms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I got to get 301, 302, 303. I can't because I'm like, yo, I want to be on Decade.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take a while. It's going to take me a while to get on Decade. It was a DCC on my ship that had to go through everything to get on Decade. You know him too. He had to go through every qual to get on Decade.
And there's no test out or nothing?
Hey.
Bro.
Hey, that's hardcore. Ain't no way I could be a DCC going on board and mother tell me I gotta go do 301 again, bro. What?
He had to go everything.
But I got it. I be like, I go in there and train it. I go in there and teach it. You know what I mean? But one good thing about carriers though, is I think though, I could be wrong. They used to have like a whole training division on there.
They do.
Right.
And then you gotta go get it.
Yeah. You gotta sit down in the classroom probably like 3, 4, 5 days probably and get it. Yeah.
You gotta get it. You gotta take tests. You gotta do all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Real quick, we don't gotta stick here too long because we already missed our time talk about it. They said the extremism stand down was ass, y'all. They said it was ass. They said the extremism stand down was ass. And I don't think anybody's super surprised because they were saying it was trash when they gave it. Days after, people was like, oh yeah, this straight, it wasn't good. You know what I mean?
Because I want to throw one quick comment about it though. And this is just like hearing from different people talked about it, man. Like even when the start of the training, it was more like, we just doing this for a check in the box. Once you start it out like that, if it's just a check in the box, you already know it's going to be like, hey, I'm just going to go through these slides or go through this real quick, get this knocked out. If you guys got any questions, ask them, after I go through this. So, I mean, we did some pretty good ones too, though, man. I heard some people talk some good stuff about it, man, but I've heard some bad shit and seen some bad shit too.
I went off script. You know me, you know mine. I said I went off script with mine. I went off script, Tish. They were supposed to be like 30 minutes. We was 2 hours in there. Like, I just straight up off script. People like, yo, what is he in here doing? But like, I was trying to make it like relative.
Right.
Like, it just all was about like it was about one group, like neo-Nazis and like that group. I'm like, yo, it's way more stuff going on.
When was this?
It was after George Floyd got. It was after the riots.
that. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
The joint where the whole triad did the brief and then y'all broke off and
everybody. Okay.
It felt like some check in the box.
Yeah.
The training, it just felt like it was checking the box.
No, like
I think
you damn near saw the box.
Right. I think at a command level, ours did too. But we had like real conversations in our office because we wanted to make it worth something. So we did have our office sat down at the conference table and we had like real conversations and, the minorities that were there talked about some of our experiences. And I remember at the time, one of my JAGs, he said, well, Chief, when I look at you, I don't see color and I just see a human being. I'm like, well, sir, I want you to see my color. Like, I want you to see, I don't want you to look at me like I'm a blanket person, like knowing who I am, understanding who I am. Like, you don't have to understand everything, but just like understanding who I am as a person keeping in mind that I'm an African-American female. Like, I want you to know that I'm a female. I want you to look at me like I'm a female. Don't treat me like I'm a dude. So we had like real conversations, and, you know, people talked about like experiences that they've had with racism within the military. One was a civilian, and he was previous Marine Corps. So he talks about some of his experiences too. So I can only imagine how it was in Marine Corps.
Yeah. Hey, Damon, were you still on a ship when we gave that training?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember this, but we were late. We were like, cause it had to do like a port, like supposed to be import and shit, some stuff like that. So we were late to give it. And the reason how I knew, and what really made me feel like it was a check in the box, because I remember, and we far enough removed now to talk about it, but I remember talking to the CMC, and he was pretty much saying that the ISIC was telling us that we had, like, CMC, like, yo, we trying to push the date so we can actually give good training. But the ISIC was like, no, it has to be done by this certain time, get it done by this certain day. To CMC, like, yo, if we get it done, you know, our triad, whoever was like, if we get it done, it's not going to be effective. We really want to do effective training. Nah, y'all just making excuses. It got to be done by such and such day. Because remember, we had to give the training the day we pulled in the port.
Yeah. Yep. I remember.
Like,
I remember.
And because we were forced, and they like, yo, we feel like it'd be better when we get underway, you know, stuff. It was already limited, you know, ports and stuff. They like, nah, give it. Like, that's how I feel like it was a check in the box.
Yeah.
It's a football day, y'all. So we ain't got that much more.
Yeah.
And the Eagles play. I'm in green. I don't talk too much about my team. I'm in green. My team played Damon team today.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Damon team is expected to win. Yeah. They got like a 3-point advantage over my team. So
Damon social media.
You did a little research at that.
I don't be trying, you know, I don't live for football, but I know enough about it. I know Damon, that's Damon. Football is Damon life, but I know enough about it that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do like I normally do and not watch the game because I think I'm gonna curse my team.
Listen, we always know when Damon watching the game just by his Facebook post.
Oh yeah. I was telling him last week. I don't think you was here. I was talking to him last week, Tish. I'm like, that's all Damon posts.
Man, that's it. I don't see Damon other time.
That's it.
No other time.
That's it.
He posts.
Not even the pod, Tish.
Right.
Not even pod stuff. Like,
no, I do shit. Hold on. Whoa. I do share pods, man.
He might reshare, but nothing pure. None of his words. Like, no words from Damon about the pod. Like, none of his brainchild.
Boy, you got them sides for me today, man.
And Damon put that link tree. Damon to throw that link tree on Instagram right in front of somebody's face, man. He'll even slide the link tree down. That link tree be covering up somebody's face.
I don't do it all the time. Maybe I forget. Man. That's funny, bro. God damn.
Hey, so look, I got three. We got 4 more things, but 3 of these things is questions, and they all from other people. So one of these questions is this. I already answered it, so I'm gonna shut up because I talked to the person personally, right? And I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't think that they want me to. So the question is this: why would a map select stay a map select after they made it off the exam? So pretty much, somebody that made it off the exam got mapped, right, at their command. And Acela asked me, like, hey, senior, why would that decision stick if the person made it off the exam? And I responded with an answer, right? But I'm going to ask y'all, why do y'all think, because some of the sellers might be listening, why do y'all think that if somebody made it off the exam and they got mapped, first of all, like, what do y'all think about it and why?
I don't understand the question. So go ahead.
So the exam promotions just happened, right? But it also was map season, right? So somebody got mapped, but the results came out and they made it off the exam, but it's happening around the same time and they're still going to be mapped.
Oh,
you know, the map is not being
taken away.
Like the command command ain't saying like, yo, we not going to map you because you made off the exam. So I want to know. Well, I think we might have different thoughts about it, but I want to know what y'all thoughts are.
For the sailor, I think it's still beneficial because when you get mapped, you get paid immediately. You don't have that frocking period.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I was a sailor, I I'd rather get paid sooner rather than later.
Yeah. So, I mean, but the question is, can you understand why the command would stick with that choice?
Only because it benefits the sailor, I guess. Okay. But I can understand where the sailor's coming from. It's like, okay, well, if they were going to make it anyway, how about picking someone that was not going to make it? That's probably where they're coming from.
I got an issue with that, but I'm interested in what Damon got to say though.
My issue I have is, when did they get mapped? You know what I mean? Like, if I map somebody and I know that if say I map them before, right? If I map somebody before, I probably already want them to be frocked and getting paid. Because if I don't, and then the results come out and I haven't frocked them and haven't put it on, that's where these questions come from. You can get away from these questions if it's already a wrap. You know what I mean? If you already mapped them, it's already over with, then the results come out, why you're not even worried, right? Now, on the flip side, if you map afterwards, now you ain't got to worry about it because they already made it, right? So they already made it and I haven't selected nobody yet. So now I can select from a different pool. You know what I mean? But I don't understand like
the time,
how this could get mixed up like that.
That's
I don't
what I was
understand
trying to figure out.
The times, the timing is kind of crazy with that.
First, and then the results come out.
I ain't asked that
it all
question,
goes back to what Tish said though. But then it all goes back to the benefit of the sailor though, because another thing about that, you get paid right away. And a lot of times, if you think that sailor should be even the next pay grade, they up for it next time. I mean, they up for the next pay grade. So they just mapped to an E4, they ready for E5 already. You know what I mean? So maybe that's the benefit of it too. But like I said, the timing is just off. I think it's a lot more to that. You know what I mean? To that question.
Yeah.
Also, me personally, I think another little tack to it is like it shows some authenticity into the decision-making process. Like if I just take a map away because the person got promoted and just give it to the next person, in my opinion, if somebody did that, in my opinion, I'd be like, oh shit. So
it's just a giveaway. And I think that's probably where the sailor is thinking. I think that's probably why they're like, well, why don't you just give it to somebody else? But it's like, it ain't just something that's given. There's a lot that goes into selecting who's going to be mapped.
And I know commands that have gave these back. So don't get it twisted. It's deserving. It's somebody who's deserving to be mapped. If you're not deserving to be mapped, you shouldn't be mapped. Right.
And it's not about like, are you a good sailor or not? Do you get your job done or not? It's much higher than that. It's, are you really ready for the next pay grade?
Yeah, like right now to get paid right now and be up for promotion right now.
Right.
You know, or as early as you can be. All right, so that was the first question. We are actually all on kind of the same page about it. My other question is this came from somebody else. Let's say you're a first class, right? And you get dropped from rank number 3 to rank number 1. You get dropped from rank number 1 to rank number 3, right? And in 2 different eval cycles, you get dropped from rank number 1 to rank number 3. But it's a different reporting senior on the rank number 3 eval, but you at the same command. What's your thoughts on that?
I have no thoughts on it, Damo, is because of the fact that we know that though. Like sailors, if you can, like I always talk about this anyway. I don't know, I ain't gonna say everybody, but if you getting, it makes it easier for you ranking when you got a reporting senior. You know what I mean? Because now I don't really have to think about, you know what, who was 1 last year, who was 2, who was 3, because now it kind of resets that with a new reporting senior. So now it's really about, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying if you was number 1 before, I'm sure you did a lot of things to be number 1. Trust me. I know that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is now it's about that year though. Now it's about your performance. Now I know as a senior chief that's going to be in that ranking board, I know now it's a reporting senior. It's a new reporting senior. So now that's going to be talked about in the beginning. So now you got to bring your number 1 guy. You can't fall on the fact that he was in the top whatever last year. He got to bring that fire in there this time because he's got a new reporting senior. So that's kind of how I look at it. From a thought standpoint. But I see why this happened. I mean, it can happen though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming he's still an EP, it's still whatever. I don't know, but
still EP.
It can happen though.
Yeah.
And it's not a deal killer or nothing either. It's not a bad thing.
You think you're on the same page?
Yeah, I'm on the same. I feel like it gives the command a chance to like correct the rankings. correct the rankings. Like, oh, buddy.
That sounds crazy. That came out crazy.
It's going to sound crazy, but kind of along the lines of what Damon was talking about.
Now, don't put me in it. Don't put me in it.
Yeah, you talking something different.
Kind of along the lines. Where
shout out to the homie, too, because it's the homie who asked this question. So shout out to the homie.
Shout out.
Wild. Teach don't know you. Shout out to the homie.
I don't know. But no, like, sometimes I've seen where we talked about before where a person will be, they'll be holding that spot and it's like you can't really drop them down when it's the same reporting senior. All bets are off, when it's a new reporting senior. Now we going in, I'm going to try to fight for my person at this point because we got a new reporting senior. I got an argument for it. So if I have a person that I want up there and I want to be considered, now I'm going in guns blazing for my person. Yeah.
Now, hey, look, you know what? Let me clarify something else because Tish said that right there. Hey, because she was here. Let me clarify something real quick, man. I want to say that I'm fair when it comes to ranking boards. Mm-hmm. If I feel like this sailor is number one and he got the firepower to be number one, I'm not going to go in. I know my sailor and where they at and what they should be at. If your sailor is better, your sailor is better. And I'm an advocate for that too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not going in there and like, talk my sailor up and try to talk her to be number one when I know they number 5.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do it. Right. Yeah, exactly. So I want to clarify that real quick. I'm almost definitely on board of having a fair, being fair when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah. And with the question I did ask the sailor when we had the conversation, I'm like, did anybody else change in your chain of command? Like pretty much like the people that was going to the ranking boards and shit, that they change too. That shit matters too.
Yeah.
You might be a different light with somebody different, and they might have a different fight for you and stuff like that.
Yep.
But, that's that though. I'm glad we kind of talked about all of that stuff. That's good stuff. That's coming from real questions from real people. So that's another one. This was on our Spotify. So Spotify got this automatic, you ask somebody like, how was the episode thing? And I never really take the time to look at it, but I did take the time to look at it recently. I was looking at our numbers for the year, seeing how we doing and stuff. I did see that in May we dropped, we lost some listeners. I figured that would happen in May. You know what I mean? That was the episode that I figured we would lose a couple listeners from.
Which one was that?
You wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
You wasn't there.
But that was the one. But we did get this question, and it was about one of our episodes that we did. I think what we talked about in the episode was LGBT Pride Month, and we talked about the picture thing. Remember we talked about like the Navy posting and then deleting that picture because they got heat for it. That was all we talked about when it came to talking about LGBT Pride. I think we didn't talk too much about it being Pride Month. So this was somebody said though. They said, I'm all about and shout out to you, Fabby on Spotify says, I'm all about LGBTQ and celebrating, but did you know it's also PTSD Awareness Month? Members and vets are suffering and no one cares, right? I think that's a very important point and question. And I think like as far as PTSF and addressing that, right? We got an episode, it's called episode 47, the one about acronyms featuring Virginia Cruz, LPC, NCC. So licensed professional counselor, national certified counselor specializing in military issues and combat related trauma, right? So she's also a military vet, and she wrote a book about PTSD. And when we did the episode with her, she offered a free audio book called The Surgeon's Guide to PTSD. And we had a link for everybody to download. Unfortunately for us, that wasn't one of our biggest episodes, and not as many people listened to that as maybe like something that we were having more fun on, right? To me, it was a great episode with Virginia
Great
Cruz,
episode.
right? So I would say this, for the person that think that wants us to do the PTSD episode during PTSD Awareness Month, we probably won't do another one like that. Just like we might not do a episode about Pride during Pride Month, but that don't mean we're not ever going to have another PTSD episode, as we already have one. And that don't mean we're not ever going to have another episode where we discussing Pride and stuff like that, as we've discussed all of that stuff in the past. But if you just come in and you start in that episode 80, or you starting at episode 75, you're not going to know what happened on episode 47. That's why it's incumbent on you to go back, go back, go back, go back, do your Googles, do your research, go back and actually see what we're doing in full spectrum. We used to, in the beginning of the pod, me and Damon used to do all that. It's this awareness month, it's that awareness month. Every month it's about 3-4 awareness things now, right? So what we try to do is be diverse and have these encompassing conversations without now, at this point now, saying what month it is all the time like that. So we actually did talk about PTSD with an actual doctor that was an actual military vet that wrote a book about it. So if you have an opportunity, you definitely should go check it out and listen to that episode. I'm sorry that we didn't cover PTSD on PTSD Awareness Month, but we had covered it already.
Yeah.
So.
Most deaf.
And that was also like Caribbean Island month as well. So it's like,
it's mad months.
Right.
Like, why we ain't talk about the Caribbean?
Right. And I've had that happen. I was on the diversity committee when I was in first class. And so it was the month of June and we did the Caribbean islands because we had a number of people in the command that were from the Caribbean. So we were like, oh, we'll do this on, food and all that stuff. And then somebody put in the CO suggestion box, like, why you ain't do Pride Month?
Yeah. It's always going to be that,
It's like,
it's always going. Just like to the people from like TikTok, you got to take it on a full spectrum.
Yeah.
It's 94 episodes now and some old by the ways and some bonus episodes. You got to take it on a full spectrum before you start asking why something ain't done yet. It's still some episodes we need to do. We ain't cover it all and we're going to repeat topics and talk about stuff, stuff like that. I do have a book of the week.
Yay.
We back, baby. Book of the week. Last book of the book club. That's what made me think about the book club then. It's the last book that we had in the book club. It's called Red Rising, right? And for all the homies that were part of the book club, if y'all like, dag, why we not keeping the book club? I asked you guys, why y'all ain't asked what the December book was? Ain't nobody asked about the December book.
They read that
telling me something. You know what I'm saying? That's telling me something. Y'all ain't asked, like, yo, where did the December book at? But it's called Red Rising, a really good book. Hunger Games-esque book. And I'm sure Pierce Brown, the author, probably don't like to be compared to it. And it's not that much like it. But if somebody was a fan of books like that, they would be a fan of Red Rising. I don't even really it's a fiction book. I didn't want to read it because I don't read fiction more than once a year. But this was a good one. It was a slower read for me because the author at first, I couldn't get down with his voice. But the story just developed and it was really, really good. And I actually love it. It's a series, though. It's like, I think, a trilogy and then like 3 more books that's already written and done. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the series. Like, I might just do it once a year till I finish. It's a really good book. It's about politics and the structure of like civilization and stuff like that. But it's action. It's action, Damon. It's like sci-fi action. It's about fighting and taking over stuff and stuff like that. It's about power more than anything else. It's a book about power. I would urge anybody to read this book. It's really good. Really, really good. I can't say much about it. And about a month or two, I'm going to be talking to y'all about 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Well, a year or something like that. I'm going to be talking to y'all about 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, and stuff like that. I don't know what's about to happen with us. In the future. I don't know, like in these next couple months. I don't know what's about to happen because of the baby and stuff like that. But I mean, I'll try my best to be here. So,
but we understand. We understand. I mean, shit, at the end of the day, man, me and Tish may have to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're going to be on here ratchet as hell on this thing, man. No structure. Right. No structure to the game, man. I host out. We're going to be on here doing any damn thing on here. But hey, it is what it is when it comes to that though, man. But we got to put out some content. Me and Tish do what we got to do.
Can't wait. I can't wait for the Damon and Teach episode.
Oh my God.
Edit it. I know I'm going to have to edit it.
A lot of editing. But yeah, hey, we talked about the game today, man. Philly against the 49ers, man. You know what I mean? I want them to make sure yeah, we the favorites, but I think Damo threw that out there just in case they lose, you know what I mean? But you guys was the favorite. But you know, it's going to be a good game though. It's going to be a really, really, really good game. It's pretty much, man, like anybody can tell you, it's probably the best two teams in the NFL right now that's playing. Like right now, they are probably the best two teams that's playing right now. So it's going to be a good game.
I was talking to somebody, my air boss, he from Philly. I was talking to him last week. Equals 10-1. I mean, I think we need this loss. You know what I'm saying? If we do lose, I think we need this loss.
You guys play the Cowboys next week, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's take this L and then beat the Cowboys. Yeah. But I mean, I want us to win, of course. I don't, like I said, I got this whole thing now. Whenever I watch us play, we lose. Whenever I watch the game, we lose. But it is what it is good luck stuff. And like I said, y'all might get a special episode with me where I'm talking about the CMC, my time as a CMC. I have a whole lot of notes from that, actually. So,
yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all I got, man. You know what it is, man. Mississippi, stand up.
Beehive. Hey.